Hey everyone, and welcome to the Practical Heroes Network. I am Steph. I'm Steph, and I am leading today's one shot, which is going to be Down with the Beargeoisie. We can barely contain ourselves with excitement.
It's gonna be
That's
grizzly fun.
It's going to be grizzly fun. I am so excited that we're doing this as part of our charity week. The charity week is to celebrate the joining of Practical Heroes Network and Radio D&D podcast. And I am so lucky to be hosting this, and we're doing this to benefit ExtraLife. So I have with me tonight some very esteemed guests, and I will start off with everybody introducing themselves. Casey, please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Casey. I'm a part of Radio D&D. I'm the editor and I'm a player over there. And that's about it.
Jord.
Hey guys, some of you probably know me. Jordan, I play Yuri, or no, now Tomanak is who it is, on our flagship podcast show, The Immortals. I also DM over here on our Twitch channel. Glad to be here, Steph, with you guys and the Radio D&D crew, welcoming you to the awesome network we've got started going. It's been an awesome pleasure getting to know you guys, and I'm excited to play tonight.
Ethan.
Hey, I'm Ethan, or Badger. I play on Radio D&D, and happy to be here too.
Awesome. And James.
I'm the Dungeon Master, aka Mr. Mayor, for the Radio D&D podcast.
So now that we have the introductions out of the way, before we go ahead and show the wanted posters and you guys tell us, who your characters are, I'm going to go over a little bit of this because probably nobody is really familiar with this. Down with the Beargeoisie is a indie game that I purchased actually off of Kickstarter, and I thought would be super fun for an occasion like this. I didn't think I would necessarily DM it, but here we are. So to go ahead and give you the rundown of this, our players are members of the Proletariat, ruled by the Beargeoisie, and they've had enough. They're going to storm the seat of power and overthrow the Beargeoisie, or at least demand some better working conditions. So our players will have two stats. That would be the bear stat and the prol stat. Each one is their own separate skill. Both of them start at 3. This is a D6 system, much like Honey Heist. Bear stats are used to do bear things, such as mauling stuff, shrugging off damage, intimidating people, catching fish, hashtag bear things. Prol stats are used to do everything else. So, pushing papers, working in a factory, all of the other fun stuff. When you do something and the outcome is uncertain, you will roll a d6. If you do something related to that skill, roll 2 dice and take the lower of the 2. So anything that you do, if it's related to, being a bear or we'll decide in the moment. If you do something, is it prol, is it bear? But if you do something that's related to your bear type, which for some of you may be grizzly or koala, it will depend. If you're doing something strength-based, you'll roll at advantage, basically. If your result is below or equal to your stat, you succeed. However, should you roll above your stat, you do fail. For a fail on your bear roll, you'll choose one of the following conditions. Move 1 point from prol to bear, or add a +1 to your prol roll, your next prol roll, as your bear nature is getting the better of you. Or you can choose to become distracted and wander off in search of food until you succeed on a bear roll. If you fail a prol roll, much like a bear roll, move a point from bear to prol, you can add a +1 to your next bear roll. And sorry, just totally lost my train of thought for a moment. You can add a +1 to your next bear roll as you become obsessed with overthrowing the Beargeoisie, or you can become distracted and begin preaching about the greatness of your cause and the mission to anyone who will listen until you succeed on a prol roll. you cannot choose the same failure state twice in a row. So if you fail a pro roll and you choose to become distracted, you fail your next pro roll, you have to pick a different condition.
Gotcha.
So to assist you in your mission, you do have a secret weapon, which each of you will introduce. Before you begin the game, describe your weapon in detail, which we will do, along with its potential uses and limitations. Using your secret weapon will grant you a -1 to the roll of your choice, but you must describe how you use it with either your bear or your prole skills. So this is pretty easy. Before we go ahead and get started with the game, yes, James, go ahead and pull up the wanted posters, and I will have everybody go ahead and describe their bear. Who should we start with? Casey, please describe your bear.
All right. My bear is named Cola. Oh my God, Cola Koala. He's a spectacled bear adopted by a family of koala bears, and he works in the food industry. He's a chef. Got some injuries going on. He's gotten cut by a lot of rusty objects, got a lot of bruises, a lot of like burns from oils, and he's really just sustained so many he's really just sustained so many injuries from working in these conditions that he really just wants to get some like workers' comp. That's like his goal right now. He's just really frustrated. And I specifically chose a spectacle bear because of climbing, and I thought it would be cool if you just had a bear climbing around in the kitchen. And I was like, that sounds good. That sounds great. Yeah, that's Cola Koala. Also, he has a mustache. I worked really hard on this picture during my work break, and I hope everyone likes it.
Looks great.
He's amazing. I love him, Your Honor. Let's see, who is next in line? Oh, yeah, that would be Barian.
So I'm playing Barian Andriff. He's just a big honking mass of grizzly bear. You know, he works and toils away out in the mines and in the factories, and you know, he's just making pennies and scraps while all them big bears, they're getting the fish and the trout, and he's just wanting a little bit more meat at the end of the day, raising pay for all his fellow brothers and bears and whatnot. He's kind of all very rich, like mahogany brown, thick fur, but he does kind of have like some gray fur right above his lip, kind of think like prime Sam Elliott mustache gray in a sense.
Yes.
And that is Barian.
Cool. I didn't have Casey describe her secret weapon, but I'll have you go and then go back to Casey. Right. So please.
His secret weapon is a pitchfork and a hammer, tools of the trade. When he needs to hold the line for when his fellow bears are trying to strike for their rights, it helps him hold the line.
I love it. Casey, please describe your secret weapon of choice.
Well, seeing as this is the food industry, I thought that like a rancid fish would be like something good just to keep around. If somebody comes up, you could just pull out the rancid fish. They maybe throw up. Maybe we can run away. He keeps it in a cooler. Like one of those little coolers you carry around with the little handles that are kind of small. Yeah, that's it. Billy the Rancid Fish. He's named it. You might as well name it.
Oh my god.
And that's his secret weapon.
Well,
he'd clear out a room real fast, I think.
Truly. Absolutely. I don't know how we could possibly follow Billy the Rancid Fish, but Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr.
I sure don't either how to follow that.
Please.
I mean, your name is spectacular.
Thank you.
It's a good choice.
Well, I'm Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. I'm a growler bear. I'm a mix of both polar and grizzly. I am currently unemployed, which I will explain shortly. And my demands are, are we going into demands? I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can go into demands, please.
Okay. Well, I simply want more global warming, actually. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been made. Because both of my parents are not the same breed of bears.
my
And
God.
and because of that, I share the physique of a grizzly bear, but have more white fur than the regular. I previously worked at a fish oil plant, but was fired when more alternative green energy plants opened nearby. I have sworn vengeance to the owners of the green energy plants, that being Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos. My secret weapon is a simple, humble bee automatic rifle. I shoot 5mm honeybees to attack my enemies so I can secure more my kind.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So
Sam-
good. So good.
Jan-
Jeffrey Bezos. Mwah.
I will have
Short
to give
part on that
myself.
last part.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos was my creation. I will have to say. I will give myself credit for that. And then last, but certainly not least, Teddy.
Yeah, I'm playing Teddy. He is a casually dressed, rather large grizzly bear. And he was, he does paperwork for a distribution center. And he works incredibly long hours. So he is demanding nap time, and he actually has a thesis paper that he's rather proud of, but whenever he reads it to someone, it tends to put them to sleep. But yeah, he's just advocating for more nap time, maybe like work naps during the day.
My God. Gotta love a good work nap.
Master's or doctorate?
Neither.
He's just a
He's
freewheeling
going for his
physicist.
PH
Yeah.
bear.
He's
Going for, oh my God, yes.
his PHB, if you will.
He's
Oh my gosh. Fantastic. And again, I am Steph. I am your I want to say I'm your DM, but the pamphlet says that I'm the Bear Master.
And better.
The bear master.
more
So
like a
I'm your-
ringleader with these animals.
Are you the honey keeper? I'm the
I'm-
bear master.
I am the Bear Master today. So as you can see, I have this lovely country jamboree behind me. Trademark, not mine.
You're the
Trademark
conductor.
Disney. What?
You're the conductor, or
I'm the conductor of this this rodeo,
this jamboree.
this jamboree. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure you guys are sensing kind of a theme here. This is definitely, we are taking down the American bourgeoisie. So yeah, welcome. Let's get started. So, all of you are wanted. You're wanted by the bourgeoisie. You're members of the proletariat, and you have significantly made an impact on the bourgeoisie, and they have noticed you. They know what you guys are doing, and so because of this, other members of the proletariat have also noticed you, and you have been called to a forest meeting where you will be given an assignment to hopefully take down the bourgeoisie. It's at night. It's a nighttime meeting. It's a little weird. You have
As
to
most revolutions should be.
very revolutionary. You have to go deep into the forest. You kind of have to use some of your bear senses to get there. Do any of you live in the where do you envision your bears living? I guess we'll start with you know what? Let's go in opposite order. I'll start with you, James. Where does Teddy Bear live?
So he lives in the city. He actually has a studio apartment, and he tried to get a place pretty close to where he worked. So
How'd that work out?
he was able to get a place, but it's pretty expensive. He had to sell his car, so he walks to work now, which just makes him all the more exhausted when he gets to work.
Yeah, sounds like it. So I'm assuming that Teddy is going to have to, get out to the outskirts of the city. He's going to have to tap into some of those bear instincts that he may have not been super tapped into previously to make to this meeting.
Either that or rely on his bear companions to do it for him.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if you run into a bear companion. Are any of your other bears from the city or living in the city?
I'm
Casey?
really, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that Koala also lived in a studio apartment in the city, but now I feel robbed. So I like
It could be the
Don't
same
wanna-
studio apartment.
it's the same exact studio
The same
apartment.
building. They live right across the street. They're dating. That's
That's it.
You know what? I'm here for it. Revolutionaries got to stick together. So yeah, so it seems like you have to rely on Kola Koala. I can't even say it. It's to help you get to the city. Do you think that Kola is really in touch with what pronouns does Kola use?
I think he's just a he him.
He, him. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So, yeah. So, you know, do you think that Kola is really in touch with his like berryness, or what do you think? Because I remember from your sheet you said that Kola Koala was adopted by koalas.
Mhm.
Do you think Kola is a little bit more into like eucalyptus? Like, what's happening?
I think he's still. He would have tendencies that aren't necessarily. I know koalas. I think were options on the character sheets.
Totally.
But I think he still has some like aspects of the spectacle bear, especially like the climbing skill, which was designated to that bear. I think he would have picked up certain traits from his family, but he would like sometimes subconsciously switch back to other aspects of like who he is, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So I'll say, because I don't feel like you really have to roll for this. I feel like whoever called you out here knows that you guys are in the city and therefore gave you very explicit instruction that city bears would be more familiar with, ways to get there, things to look for. Though, are you guys looking for anything in particular on your way to this deep forest meeting?
I think I don't have a car. I take public transportation, so the first thing we would do is look for our stops on the way to the forest, and then we'd have to like maybe get out at like the furthest stop outside of town type thing.
Doable.
Maybe look for some clues about where we're heading, see if there's any like landmark type things, if we've been left
Sure.
instructions kind of thing.
Cool.
Definitely
cool.
looking for our exit though. We got to make sure we like get off at the right point, or like gonna miss the whole thing, and then that's gonna take like a 3-hour bus ride to like make it all the way back, because we've all been on public buses before. We all know how long that'll take.
Yeah,
Do you guys want to? Oh, go ahead, James.
Yeah, as we're like trying to find the forest, Teddy he says, I think our first thing should be to find a tree, because trees mean forests.
Cola just sits there. He's like,
And then if we get lost in the forest, you can climb to the top and see where we are.
Cola's just like sitting there as like the bus moves, and he's just like, well, I guess that sounds right. And then just looks out the window like, is this all gonna be on me? We're gonna get lost in the woods.
I have complete and utter faith in you, Cola.
He like looks out the window like you're in a music video from 2002.
Oh
I'm
wow,
glad someone does.
raining. No, it's not. I don't want to mess with your bear senses anymore. Okay, so as you guys get off of the bus, it's the last stop. Why don't you both, if you're gonna be, you're using bear skills, to like look for a tree and like look for the path. So why don't you give me a bear roll?
Casey, you want to go?
Yeah. So you roll 2d6s and then you take the highest.
This would be a 1d6 because you
Okay.
are
see.
not using your climbing skills. Not yet.
I got a 3.
Okay. James.
Oh, me too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are you also looking for a tree?
Yeah, I'm looking for trees. I got a 2.
Okay, great. So I think that it doesn't really define if meets it beats it.
Oh, it does.
But I'm gonna. Oh, it does.
Mhm.
If you roll equal, below, or equal. Okay, so both of you pass. Both of you find the tree that was kind of defined in this letter, and you're able to find the path that you know that you need to take. You vaguely smell kind of some honey. You vaguely can feel the warmth of the fire and the burning of the embers, and you can feel the sense of revolution just kind of filling you as you get closer and closer and closer. And now we are going to jump over to let's go to Fuzzy Wuzzy and
Fuzzy
Varian.
Wuzzy Jr., please.
Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. Sorry.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was my dad.
Oh my god. So do both of you like live in the woods, in the suburbs? What's the living situation like for you guys?
I feel like I was forced into the woods after I lost my job.
Are you off the grid?
I believe so. I'm out here fighting for my life.
Yeah. So you're living in a maybe a shack, a cave?
Yeah, okay, it's actually just my neighbor's shed. But there's a tree line nearby.
Varian, how about you? Are you in what's your living situation like?
Well, I just really grown to care for Fuzzy Wuzzy as a close personal friend of mine, and it turns out he just lives in my back holler, and I
Okay.
tell him, that I'll make sure there's always fresh fish as long as he doesn't wander off too far, just because I care about him.
Right.
Know.
So you're his neighbor, then the
Yes,
one that he's
definitely.
taken up in the shack. Okay, cool.
Certainly.
It's amazing. So yeah, you both kind of get this similar letter that's kind of, tacked to your door. It describes
his door.
His
So
door.
it's tacked to two of Varian's doors, his front door and the shed door. So you guys both have it, and yeah, you read it and you kind of understand kind of where you need to go. It actually might be familiar to both of you. Do you think either one of you have been called upon by revolutionaries before? Not to say that I don't think the city bears get the call very often, but kind of
City
feel like
bears just don't get it.
That's very true there, Fuzzy. And, I've been a part of 3 different, probably revolutionary things in my time. And it's been wonderful. And only one of them worked, but, you try and try again.
3.
And which one was that one?
It was to not have cubs working in the factories with the coal miners. Just all that. So it's not good for young little cubs to be breathing in.
That's not good for the cubs.
Yeah, I remember it was this great book that was released by Upton Bear.
I've only kind of been involved with one before.
Please.
That one was Be Anon. Thank you.
Okay.
I killed
I
Steph,
knew-
I win.
I knew it was coming,
Definitely one.
but I still don't even...
The one shot is over.
The one shot
It's over.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, so, do you... what are some of the, conspiracy theories that BAnon has?
There are some that say that Elon Muskrat isn't actually a muskrat, but instead just a very Very disheveled badger.
Any conspiracy theories about Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos shut down the crude fish oil company so he can consume all the fish oil for himself.
You
Is
know,
that
that's one I personally believe is true. I mean, have you looked at his fur? It's just so shiny. That's
And
just
it's
not
so
natural.
shiny.
just not natural?
It ain't right.
Okay, so oh my god,
This game was made for me, I think.
this
Like,
game
this is,
was-
it's
I'm
tailor-made
getting
for
this
me.
sense that that Barian and Fuzzy Wuzzy are very much like a Hank Hill and Dale Gribble
Yes.
relationship.
Oh my
100%.
god. So
100%.
do you have pocket sand? That's the question.
It's pocket bees.
Oh fuck.
We need to
I'm
definitely
not-
make sure we get a clip of that reaction right there.
It's pocket bees. Pocket bees. God, I love King of the Hill so much.
That's such a good show.
Dang it.
God dang it, Bobby. Bah!
Damn it, Bobby.
Okay,
Like,
so
Top tier quality.
top tier.
So good.
So good. So yeah,
We broke
Very-
Steph.
yeah.
Definitely.
Barian and Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. I feel like since you guys are known to have been known to the proletariat and perhaps bless you, are even organizers, or have been organizers in the past, it's fairly easy. Do you guys want to make me bear rolls at advantage
Yeah.
because you both have
Of
history?
course. Do we roll both die?
Yes, 2, please.
Roll both and take the lowest, though, right?
Yes, roll 2 and take the lowest.
That's a 2 for me.
Excellent.
That's also a 2 for me.
Excellent. You guys are
Two bears in a cave, as you know my grandpappy always said.
2 bears sitting in a cave.
2 bees in a
because they're
hive.
not human.
Yes, 5 feet apart because they're not human. Yes, so easily the two of you are able to find your way. The same sense, you guys are on your way, you're reminiscing, you feel really in tune with your your bareness, your proletariatness, if you will. You're getting those fires of revolution from Bianon and from your readings of Upton Sinbear and the factory revolution that he led and that you helped with. Just, wow, I never really thought that my journalism degree would rear its head like this, but here we are. You guys are just feeling those feelings, and when you guys kind of, all 4 of you converge on this point of there's a dim fire, and you are greeted by several other members of the proletariat. They all kind of ripple out and move kind of in a sea to kind of give you the berth that you your bears require. And yeah, you see a large, let's see what bear types there are. Yeah, you see a I'll say it's a polar bear. It's a very large polar bear, and she's just kind of by this fire, kind of, she's got like a general's hat on, and she seems like she's in charge for sure. And when you arrive, she looks up from her papers and her, stock of probably weaponry that's over to the side behind a tree and everything else that she has, and she's like, "Oh, good, you've all arrived. I'm glad to see that you made it here safe. I know that the instructions can be a little, interesting, a little difficult, but it's good to see you again, all of you. I've been watching you, so that's why I said again, even though none of you are familiar with me. I'm Adriana, Addie, if you want, but just I should probably have a more bear name, but that's what we're going with. My mother
Addie
picked
the
it.
bear.
What'd you say?
Addie D. Bear.
Eddie D. Bear, yes. You caught me. Adriana is just what the proletariat calls me. Or the bourgeoisie, or the bourgeoisie, I should say. I'm just so happy to see all of you. No trouble finding it.
No, it was pretty easy. We just put our, noses to the ground and found our way here.
That is the way to do it. And how about you, Cola and Teddy?
I got tree sap on my work shirt.
Oh, just a little spit shine will get that out.
Yeah, we can definitely give you, if you want to replace your shirt for now, I'm sure that we have some extras laying around here, in the community box that we could give you, and we can work on getting that tree sap out. It's never a good thing when when you run into that. I know, especially when you have work, but hopefully the mission that I'm sending you on will either eliminate those working conditions or make them a little better, so you definitely don't have to worry about that tree sap as much. How does that sound?
I was really worried about it not getting out of my shirt, but if you have another shirt, that would be great.
Petty for you, anything. And Adriana just kind of like snaps her claws, and another bear, very kind of militant, comes over, and they have a shirt for you, but it's definitely not a work shirt. It's definitely like a military surplus kind of shirt. It's like, it's truly made for infiltration, not for office work.
Seeing that get... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Seeing that get brought out, handed to Teddy. Oh, I didn't know we needed to have our top buttons done up. And you'll see him take off his kind of burgundy red vest, fold it up, kind of put it to the side. And he'll grab the long sleeve shirt he has and actually flip it inside out. And you'll see it's a similar... doesn't quite match, but it looks like maybe it's an older surplus version. And he puts that up and he buttons it up all the way to the top. There. Well, now I'm dressed for the occasion. And he tips his hat.
Yeah, she nods to you and is like, yeah, I think this will work very well. And in fact, Cola, Fuzzy Wuzzy, do you feel like you require some sort of military surplus shirt if you'd like?
I feel like Fuzzy just looks like he just looted a military surplus store, so he probably just has a camo jacket on. I feel like he's like Winnie the Pooh. He just has the shirt and that's it. So
that's more than acceptable for a bear, if you ask me. Cola,
we're going commando today.
Today or every day.
Every day.
That's what I thought. As I said, I've been watching for a while, so I kind of know your habits. Koala, Mr. Koala.
Mr. Koala will step forward and be like, I thought the directions were good. I'm gonna wear my chef's coat, my chef's jacket. I need to know that my employer knows I'm rioting.
Yes, I feel the fire. I feel the passion. We do. We must let those bourgeoisie know who the boss is here, and it's not them. It's 100% the workers. So, would you mind telling me, all of you, what your demands are, that we can assess those things, and I can tell you what member of the bourgeoisie you will be taking down, hopefully.
Barian will. It's quite simple. I just, I want my fellow brothers and bears to get more daily fish at the end after a long, hard day of toil in the fields and the factories.
Very understandable. Cola.
Just really need workers' comp. And he holds up his hands and they're shredded and he's missing the tips of some of his fingers.
Oh. The horror.
I just really I need workers' comp. I had to take work to go to the hospital, and I can't feel my fingers.
That is unacceptable. Teddy,
I want nap time.
that is the most basic need, I feel. And Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. Oh no, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh man, I tell her I'm recording, but
Fine.
Mom,
We stand.
okay. Mom, I'm trying to lead a revolution here.
Oh my gosh.
I
Interrupting.
I want the ice caps melted so more polar bears will have to move south to make more growler bears.
As a polar bear, Adriana just kind of looks at you and she's like, that is a very specific demand.
Mm-hmm.
In the background, I think Barry would just kind of be like standing over him, like trying to signal, like he's kind of serious, but like I hope, like I've tried to talk to him about it, but like, what can you do?
It's the only way. Otherwise, my species will go extinct.
Well, hopefully we definitely don't want that, but you know, there are other ways of going about it maybe. But you know what? For another time, perhaps, and maybe we can get some of these demands, if not all of them, met. I don't think with this mission we'll be able to melt the polar ice caps, but you
No
know,
bother.
I'm so sorry.
Fuzzy, I tell you what, will it feel better? We'll get some ice blocks after this, and we'll melt them like old time's sake. How's that sound?
That's good.
All right, there you go.
Guess I'll even partake in it as a polar bear. I mean, as a polar bear,
She could stand on the ice blocks, and they'd melt, and then she could metaphorically step down to the south. What do you think, Fuzzy?
That sounds acceptable.
Perfect.
it could work. It could you know, it could be a symbolic gesture, perhaps. So, but
So long as we stick it to the high ups.
we're going to, and I know that you know. I've through my research on you, Fuzzy. I know that your vengeance seems to be against Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos. And we will be taking on, well, you will be taking on, I obviously have to run operations here. You will be taking on one of their flunkies, the Queen Bee. Do you guys want to roll me a prol roll to see if you know who this is?
Oh, here we go.
Good luck.
Two.
Two, a one, a
Ooh,
one.
a 2.
And a 2. Yes, you all pass. You guys know who the Queen Bee is. And in fact, you know, Kola Koala, you know the Queen Bee is the owner of the restaurant group that you work for. Specifically, you know that she owns it, and she's the one that has specifically handed down the requirements of no workman's compensation, no overtime, no sick days. With, you know, you can only take those things if you're not getting paid because you're an hourly worker. And even though you're working 60 hours a week and you should have those things, the Queen Bee, she's iron stingered that, you know, she's come down really hard on it. And who else got a 1? Wait, you got a 2. You got a 1. Fuzzy Wuzzy, you got a 1?
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Okay. Yes. Oh, Teddy. You know the same thing as Cola. But you, since you work in your, you know, you do clerical work and you're pushing the papers and you're organizing the things, you've gotten some knowledge about how connected the Queen Bee is truly to the higher ups of the Beargeoisie. How intertwined she is in their honeycomb, I would say. You know, and you know that she serves as the right-hand woman to both Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos, and you have that inside knowledge. In fact, perhaps one of the ways that you became, you know, alerted to this revolutionary force is by, I feel like maybe you snuck out some documents. Maybe you handed over a jump drive to someone at the, New Bear Times. Who knows?
Bear Department of Justice, maybe?
The Bear Department of Justice.
She has at least 3 honeypot parties a month, which is over the over the allotted amount for a company.
Yeah. And you also know that she has a yacht, which, how do bears get on yachts? We don't know. But we know the queen bee is a bee, so,
I mean, they'd probably just walk onto the yacht. I mean, they are. They
How,
have legs.
how do bears get on yachts, Jord? I don't know.
I don't take yet boat trips with bears, but I
Yeah.
would assume
Let me
they
ask you a
would
question.
just.
Have you ever seen a bear on a yacht?
Have you ever
No.
seen a bear on a yacht?
Ridiculous. Bears would never be on a yacht.
Hey, when the polar ice
Same.
caps melt, the polar bears are going to be on polar yachts.
It's true. It's very true. So, yeah, and you Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. and Barian, you've heard of the Queen Bee, kind of that she works for Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos, but yeah, it seems like our 2 city bears are the ones that are going to be with the inside knowledge of perhaps where to go. So I will, when the time comes, give you both advantage on separate prole rolls, more than likely, to maybe find her or have some more inside knowledge. We will get we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, alrighty. Let's see. So Adriana, that's her name, right? I named her that. Addie, she kind of clasps her paws together, and is nodding very, very good. So you may or may not know this, but the queen bee does have a home in a grove in the forest. It's much farther away from here, but this is an excellent starting point, which is why we called upon the 4 of you as our specialists for this mission. But as you know, this grove is potentially haunted. We fear that it could be haunted by souls of the proletariat who have failed in the past. And as you know, the queen bee is a ruthless dictator of that grove. She has so many narcissistic and terrible ideas, and as Teddy pointed out, she has 3 or more honeypot parties a month, and that has led us to believe that she may have an incredibly large honey stockpile, which I'm going to warn you could be very enticing to every single one of you. Do not fall prey to the honey stockpile. You may be taken in like the other proletariats that we've lost in this fight against the Beargeoisie.
At this point, you kind of see Barian get a little touched by this, and he just goes, My uncle Shag Rabira was one of the ones that fell victim, I think. I haven't seen him in years. Haven't heard from him in years, but that's the legend in our family.
At the
we do. Go ahead, James.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Just at the mention of like ghosts, Teddy hides behind Cola.
I can guarantee Teddy is a lot taller than Cola.
Yes.
That was the question.
Cola just stands there. He's like kind of like just the more silent judgy.
I
Type.
don't like ghosts.
Oh my god. How tall? What's the height difference going on?
It's like
here?
at least 4 feet.
You're
I picture Cola doesn't want to turn around. It might be an awkward
He just looks
moment.
forward. He will not turn around.
Cola's been there before.
It's just
He
like a
knows.
blank stare too. He doesn't blink. Does he blink? Who knows? Just looks forward. Does not flinch. He's just like, all right.
Does he have like those anime glasses that when it's like, he's got glasses on, and when it
Glare
mentions, the glare just happens.
I
when
wanted
it's
to
like,
put that in the picture, but I didn't know how to do it.
It's okay. We know that we cannot see, just for your reference, we cannot see Cola's eyes because Cola's eyes are covered by glasses and that have a perpetual anime glare on them. We love
Really
to
turn those off.
James
They're
told
very
me.
bright.
James told me that he looks like somebody from what did
The Amazing World of Gumball.
yeah,
He
he
does.
was like that could be in that, and I'm like,
I can't not see it.
Should I switch it back to the wanted posters real fast?
Please switch it back to the wanted poster so everyone who has joined us within this time and maybe they missed it, please take a look at our lovely bears, who are going to shortly be going on this mission. We will be taking a break after we get the mission handed out, but yeah, here are our bears: Cola, Koala, Barian, Andreev, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., and Teddy. And they are currently being given a mission by Addie D Bear, a polar bear. I'm head of
I almost
the...
expected, just because hearing you say Addie the Bear, I expect a Kermit the Frog impression.
Kermit the
Almost.
little one, not a good one. I apologize
Yes.
to Jim Henson for
The
that.
famous family, the Bears.
Duh,
Bears.
Bears.
The bears.
Duh, Bears.
Oh my gosh, that's really what it should have been. Oh my god. Right. So where was I before we talked about your anime glare? Oh right. It's inhabited by ghosts, and Addie will see that you are a little scared, Teddy, and just be like, it's better if you show no fear. Although I understand that you might be skittish in the case of bears, or not bears, your bears. In this case of ghost bears, even worse. But yeah, I think you'll be fine. Plus, you have these fine gentlemen with you as well to help protect you. I believe in you. You just
Ola
have to-
finally blinks.
You have to believe in yourself, Teddy. It'll be okay. I promise. Plus, you have your secret weapon, do you not? That wonderful thesis you've been working on.
I do. I could read it for you all sometime.
Well, perhaps now is not the time, but following your surefire victory against the, Beargeoisie, we were more than happy to. Just tell me. Well, you know what? Actually, could you read me a couple of lines? I'd love to hear it.
Will starts like shaking his head, like
Might-
really slow.
Might be better to wait to celebrate it. Don't want to ruin the moment.
Oh, of course not, of course. Right. Okay. So you will be going to take on the Queen Bee in the Grove in the Forest. And it's very creepy. Maybe haunted. Addie will pull out a map for you, all of you. It is definitely written in a way that you bears can understand. Because unfortunately, bears don't speak human. And humans don't speak bear. So this is a very crudely drawn bear map, written in your bear language that all of you understand. Though, because it is paper and knowing how you are, she will hand it over to Teddy. And I want you to make me a prol roll at advantage. This is not the same one. This is because you have clerical. So,
Oh. Cool.
to see how well you can interpret.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Yeah, you pass, and yeah, you are very easily able to interpret this map. You notice that it is not well drawn. It looks like whoever drew this, like, not probably the best with the pen and the paper and the way that you are. But you know, it gets the job done. It defines the areas that you need to go, and you definitely see that there are little ghosts drawn in the grove, where the queen bees. It's a house. It's drawn as a house, but it says the hive, which you can't tell if that's like a pun or just a clever name, or you know, maybe it's a literal hive. No one knows, or at least no one alive knows. Yeah, so you're able to understand that map pretty well, and
I think this will do just fine.
excellent. I'm glad. I'm glad that you can make this out. Well, I think I may let you go. Now she will look at her wrist, and she does. She has a bear watch on. It's not a Rolex though, so don't worry. She's not a secret Beargeoisie. Just like a
Despite what Bianon would have you think.
yeah, despite what Bianon might have you think, Addie is not part of the Beargeoisie. There have been rumors swirling though, but you could tell. You know, you could tell she's not. She's good. She looks at her watch and she's like, "We know that the queen bee is." You know, she's always at her home in the evenings, and we've followed her enough, and we've found out what her schedule is, and she'll be at the Grove for a few days and staying at the hive privately. You have the time, you have what you need. Do you need any weapons? Do you feel adequately prepared, or is there anything that I can give you before you have to go?
Barry will say, I can't speak for the rest of my compatriots here, but and he holds up his pitchfork and his hammer, which you now see the handle is a very deep red stain, and the metal on both the pitchfork and the hammer are kind of a rust color. And he goes, "These have been by my side through thick and thin, and I think I'll be just fine with these personally. I'm personally good and ready to do what we need to do, but if anyone else needs anything, by all means, let's get suited up the right way."
I'm
Yes.
fine. I have my BAR. My humble hunting rifle that shoots 5mm bees at fully automatic fire. I reserve the right to bear.
Bear.
Just bear.
Yeah. Well, it is truly. We do reserve the right to bear as bears. So,
We bear bears.
we bear bears.
We just got an ad break.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you. I never know when we got this before, so
How do
Hey,
you know when
give
that
it-
happens?
I'm watching the stream.
Oh, okay.
I was watching it as Practical Heroes. So
Yeah. So I'm watching it through my own personal one. The Jordan
everyone
TV.
get
There we
an ad
go,
break?
and we're back.
oh, we're back. Just as soon as I eat a grape. I think everyone does get an ad break. So your BAR, you shoot. Do you need any more bees? There might be some trees that you might be able to get some from on the way. As you
I
know,
might-
these. Go ahead.
I might need some more loyal bees. Who knows what happens when we go up against the honey queen. What was her name again? I'm sorry.
The queen bee.
Queen bee.
Yes. I do believe she is a honeybee type, though, so
Hmm.
you're not wrong. Yes, I believe that, well, as you all know, especially you, Fuzzy Wuzzy and Barian, these woods are filled with bees. Some of our best allies have been bees in the past, and it does seem very hurtful that, the queen bee would try to turn our bee brethren on us when we've worked in tandem so well together in the past. So you should be able to find many loyal bees that will be willing to sacrifice themselves, so you can use their stingers for justice.
Fine 5 millimeter caseless full yellow jacket bees.
I don't think that'll be a problem at all, especially given your bear skills. I think you'll be just fine. So, all right. Do you need anything, Cola or Teddy?
I'll let mute. I have all I need. And he puts the like little small cooler down. He's been holding it. He puts it down, and everybody will see on the top. There's like a piece of duct tape that just says "Billy, do not open."
I'm sorry. What's in the box?
It's my fish.
Ah,
You don't. You wouldn't just keep fish out.
Yeah, otherwise, I guess another one of us would just get to it.
Yeah. I mean, you could keep it out if you liked smoked fish, maybe. I don't know. Smoked salmon's not kind of my gig, so not that type of bear. Um, Teddy.
I think I have my comrades, and I feel good about our chances.
Feel good about your chances too. Do you really feel good? Are you lying to her?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Um,
still
do you
hiding
think
behind Cola.
do you think that lying is a bear skill or a prole
Prol.
skill?
Prol.
Prole. Okay. Do you want advantage on this one or a roll later pertaining to the queen bee?
Roll later if that's okay.
That is okay. That is why I asked. Please roll me a prole roll.
That's a 1.
That you pass with flying colors. Dang, James, you have been. Are those weighted dice? What's happening
They're
here?
not, I swear.
No,
That's
I
way more than
believe
a
you.
wow.
I think Cola can feel him like subtly shaking, though.
You probably
Uh,
can't tell because his face is the only thing hidden behind Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So
my
you like
god.
just can't. I think Cola would know he's lying.
Well, Addie doesn't, and yeah, she shakes each one of your paws one by one, and is like, "It is the night of our revolution. It begins with this. I'm so proud of each one of you for making the decision to take down the queen bee. Um, if that's nothing else, I'll let you on your way."
I think we make like a bear and boogie, as my grandpappy always says.
Make like a
Hmm.
bear and boogie. I like that. Truly, it's the theme of our revolution. And with that, she'll salute each one of you after the handshake and lead you on your way. And with that, if you guys are okay, we will take our first break. We should be back in about 15 minutes.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our charity stream of Down with the Beargeoisie. I am your host and bear master for the evening, Stephanie of the Immortals podcast on Practical Heroes. I play Mura, and of Radio D&D, I play Lux. Took me a minute to think about that. If you listen to the podcast, you might know why. And if you don't listen to the podcast, what are you doing with your life? Let's just go around quickly since we've just come back from break to introduce ourselves before we jump back in. Go ahead, Casey.
Hey, I'm Casey. I'm an editor of Radio D&D, and I play Beatrice in the second campaign, our currently airing campaign, and that's it.
Jord.
I'm Jordan. I voice Tomanok on the flagship podcast Immortals for Practical Heroes Network, which we're, again, glad to have Radio D&D be a part of that family and celebrating this entire week with us.
Ethan.
I play Zephyr in Radio D&D. He's coming up soon. But yeah, no, I play there, so that's where you can find me.
1 week until Zephyr's
1 week.
premiere episode. I have to say, if you have not been listening to Radio D&D, you have a week to catch up and then join us for episode 12, which is Out of the Blue. It will be Zephyr's premiere episode. It is phenomenal.
We've been waiting a long time for this.
We've been waiting a very long time.
It's been coming.
Yeah. We love our boy Zephyr. And James, last but certainly not least, James.
Hi, I'm James. I'm the Dungeon Master for Radio D&D, aka Mr. Mayor.
Awesome. And just so you guys know, we are doing a charity stream week where we are raising money for ExtraLife. We are celebrating having Radio D&D join the Practical Heroes Network. And we are playing this wonderful Honey Heist-esque game called Down with the Beargeoisie. Beargeoisie. There you go. I've already slurred a word. That's one glass of wine, folks. Just one.
And I think people can donate below the video, I think is where the link is, right?
There is a link down below for, it says Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, which is what ExtraLife is a part of. Please feel free to donate. We are attempting to raise $250. We are at almost $50 now, so we are, we're chugging along towards that goal. And tomorrow we will have a Radio D&D stream, which is Instructor Rage's Vehicle Combat School. And then on Saturday morning Eastern Time, we will be doing Strahd Must Die. I think I've kind of covered all of our bases. Let's jump back into Down with the Beargeoisie. And where last we left off, James, I do think we can show the wanted posters again. If we would like to. Or are able to. There we go. Last we left off, our wanted members of the proletariat, Cola Koala, the bespeckled, I'll say, the bear with the glasses, the anime glasses and a mustache, a cook from the city, Barian, our large, manually labor-inclined grizzly bear, his excellent friend, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., a growler bear. Yes, a growler bear, which is part grizzly, part polar bear, who is unemployed, used to work for Jeff Bezos and Elon Muskrat at the crude fish oil factory, but got laid off and is seeking vengeance. Also seeking to melt the polar ice caps to preserve, growler bears. And last but certainly not least, Teddy, our casually dressed, slightly nervous, paper pusher grizzly bear, who is sporting an excellent thesis paper. Yeah. And all Teddy wants is simply what all of us want, which is a nap. Truly, is somebody who is perpetually tired and has low iron. All we want is a nap. We are oh my gosh. As you can see, some of us are drinking. We're having a great time here, especially me. I'm very nervous about DMing. So yeah,
You're doing great.
You're doing great.
thank you. Last we left off, our bears were leaving the camp of Addie D Bear, a polar bear who has some rumors swirling around her from Bianon or Baranon that she may be part of the Beargeoisie, but none of you got any hints of that while you were there. Um, and she gave you a mission to head to the haunted grove or the creepy grove in the forest that could or could not be haunted, and seek out the queen bee, who all of you know through the information that Cola and Teddy gave you, is the right hand woman of both Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos. All right. You know that this is a trek that is not going to be an easy one. But you are equipped with your bear senses. And that should serve you well. James, you look like you wanted to say something. Please.
So Teddy has the map, and he's holding it up in front of his face, and just taking little stutter steps. And right before he's about to hit a tree that's marked on the map, he'll stop, turn, and go around it.
Amazing. Who's leading the pack? Oh, go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Watching Teddy kind of lead this way with the map, Barian's going to be, Teddy, you mind? Not necessarily, I don't think I can, and kind of look over your shoulder, see the map. Yeah, that map's a little confusing for my liking, but do you think you could, like, call out where we need to go? I'll be in front because I'm a little bit more robust and rotund than some of our smaller companions. No offense, as he looks kind of over at
None
Cola for
taken.
a second. Fuzzy, I was talking about the short one. So I'll gladly be in front if to help protect you guys if need be.
Oh, I suppose that would work.
Mm. Yeah, how do you feel like perhaps the order of what's your order looking like? I'm assuming that you stop to kind of consider the order of which you are traveling. As you know, as Addie told you, these woods are filled with a lot of bees. Some may be loyal. Addie did inform you, for those who may have not known, that the bees have always been on the side of the proletariat, but recently, through the queen bee, many have seemed to skid off to work for her and the Beargeoisie.
Could Barian kind of maybe look and see if he hears like the buzzing of bees anywhere nearby, and see if there's like a direction from it, or if he does see bees, like if they're going in a certain direction? I know we have the map too, but
yeah, roll me a prol check. Oh no, roll me a bear check. This is a bear thing.
just one die, yeah.
One die.
Okay. Whew, that's all one.
Oh. Dang. I'm gonna have to comment.
Get a one.
It's funny. So if you're just joining us, this is a D6 system, and the lower you roll, the better it is for you. You want to meet or beat, as in lower, get lower than your stat, and everybody starts out with a 3 in their stat. So yeah, Barian, you do see some bees that seem to be huddling around, like they're buzzing around some trees. Kind of weird that there's like a lot of bees out at night. It's the moon is up. It's a full moon. It's a little eerie. It's not a cloud in the sky, just shining very brightly. And the bees do seem to be moving. If you look on the map, they seem to be moving a little bit to the west of where the grove is marked. Does anybody else want to kind of make a, I guess, put it in D&D terms, make a perception check? This would be a bear roll, though.
I probably should.
Okay, please make me a bear roll.
I think Pola
Ooh.
would start climbing a tree to see if he can get a
Six.
good view.
I have no memory of this place.
You have no memory of this place, and not only do you not have any memory of this place, my friend, you must select a penalty. You have failed a bear roll, so you either can permanently, and by permanently I mean until you fail another roll and can move it back, move a point from prole to bear, making all of your bear rolls more difficult. Add a +1 to your next prole roll, as your bear nature is getting the better of you. Or you can become distracted and wander off in search for food until you do succeed on a bear roll. Please, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., select your penalty.
Might be best if I get something in me right now, since we're not in any sort of danger. What do you all think?
I think Teddy's gonna see Fuzzy Wuzzy looking about where to go, and he's gonna try and persuade him and show him how to do it the prole way.
Give me a prole roll, of which you could potentially use your advantage, but if you would like to save that for later, I completely understand.
I'll still save it. We'll see how I do.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's gonna
yeah, go ahead.
He's gonna show him the map and kind of show him how he was navigating with the page in front of his head, and he says, "Just imagine you're looking down at the world like a GPS and move according to the paper. That's how you do it in the city."
Has Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. ever seen a GPS?
To be honest, I don't know.
Off-grid.
How common? What's the lore here? How common is our GPSs in Bear Society?
Well, you did say that you were living off the grid, so I can. I have a D20 out for this. Call high or low.
Hi.
That is a nat 20. So I would say yes, you do know what a GPS is. You're very skeptical of them because you don't really like electronics. You probably feel like, there's going to be like a magnetized, like a bomb that goes off and makes it so we can't use. What are those things called? I know what they're called.
EMPs?
EMP. Thank you, Jordan. Yes,
You're welcome.
You're a big fan of that. It's in the Baranon lore a lot, but yeah, you I would say that with God, this dice has never rolled a nat 20 for me until now, and I am so upset about it.
Oh man.
My God. I would say that with with James's 2 or with Teddy's 2 and with your 6 and the combined nature of you knowing what and GPS, though not trusting it, yeah, I guess I'll let you guys roleplay the scene out if you would like, as opposed to telling you what happens. But I do feel like you could more than likely be persuaded not to run off and find fish.
Well, there's a prole option where he gets better at a prole roll, right?
There is an option where you could, instead of getting distracted, you just add a +1 to your next prole roll. So, because Teddy was able to distract you or keep you from being distracted, would you like to take that option instead?
I suppose.
All right. So Teddy does keep
I
you
don't
on
want to be rude.
Teddy is able to keep you on track. Does anybody else want to roll a bear roll to see if they see anything else? Did you get a 1, Jord?
I did.
Okay. Anybody else?
Pola also climbed the tree to look out for some things, and I rolled a 1.
I was going to say Barian would probably have called up and mentioned if Teddy would have said, "Oh, they're out, like going the opposite direction of the grove." Barian would have called that up and asked you to like look to the west and see if you see anything.
Yeah.
Just from down on the ground.
You are easily able to climb up there, and with your 1, you you see a lot of birds. Like a lot of birds.
Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
In fact, why are there so many birds?
Aaron, don't be ridiculous. Birds aren't real.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, do you say that out loud? Do you say that out loud enough for Cola to hear? Well, Cola,
I suppose.
it's interesting that Cola, why don't you make me a prol roll to see how logical it is that bears or that birds aren't real. Surprise, the twist is that bears aren't real. And you guys
It's
are
all a
robots.
simulation.
Got a 3.
Great. So, with your 3 and with that 1 that you got before, you seems so weird that birds wouldn't be real, but there certainly is like a lot of birds, and they all seem to be like stacked on these trees in a way that is almost like they're monitoring a path. Isn't that weird?
Full of like blank stares. Like if you just picture like trees and he's just there and he just like stares off into space.
The glasses glint over again.
Yeah.
Pushes
The
pushes
sun
them
hits
up
the
a little bit.
glasses.
The moon hits the glasses.
When the moon hits your eye, that's a big bear pie. I don't know. I lost
Oh
it.
my
I'm
god.
sorry.
And then
All right.
he hears Fuzzy Wuzzy say something about birds not being real, and he's like, he like nods his head once, like, okay, and then he'll go back down. There are a lot of birds. They might not be real. They're all on a path. So, that's what I saw. Fuzzy Wuzzy says they might not be real. I'm just saying, they might not be real. He shrugs.
Varian will.
You show us
Okay.
this path.
Does Teddy believe Cola?
No, not for a second.
Does Barian believe Cola and
Bad.
Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr.?
I think it's more of as long as what they believe isn't hurting people, he's okay with it. Like,
That's
just kind
fair.
of probably nudges Teddy a little bit in the side. You know, I found it's on things like this, it's a little easier just to like smile and wave for a second, you know, and then they'll get distracted by something else. Like maybe the path. Is the path in the right direction on the map, or does it seem like we're going the opposite way?
Seems like you're going the way that the bees were going.
Okay.
That the birds are going the same way that the bees are going.
Now, judging from what old 80 was telling us about some of the bees going to work for the queen bee, plus we got these weird, whatchamacallem birds watching paths, I think maybe that might be the way to go. Now, that's just my 2 cents, but I'll, whatever you folks think, you know, I like everyone to have a say, you know, not having one, you know, multiple voices, one solution.
Cola's already walking that way.
Like
Not
turns
like
to see
super
one.
quick, but just like slow enough for him to be like, I'm going.
This might have something to do with the birds and the bees that I've been told about.
Oh no! This is just another case of me making things hilarious very unintentionally. Yeah, do you guys head down the path of the birds and the bees?
Definitely.
Would it be better if we walked alongside the path, not specifically on the path?
I think that's a right brilliant idea. I'm kind of shocked a city bear has such a. You know, Teddy, I haven't known you long, but you're impressing me more and more.
Well, when there's construction, we often have to reroute around it to side streets. I don't see why this is any different.
I guess
You
that's
got
why
good
they call
sense.
it the concrete jungle.
You know, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., I think you might be right about that. It's a bear eat bear world out there sometimes.
Oh my god.
When did
So
this
you
become a furry stream?
wait,
Evidently just with the one honey heist one shot.
one oh my gosh.
Um,
All right.
Since Cola spotted the path, Teddy's gonna
Mhm.
pass the map to her. Or to him, sorry, to him.
He just
Uh
looks at you.
I have the utmost faith in your abilities.
He takes it and then is just like, thanks. Birds aren't real. And then he'll like he'll look at the
You-
map and take like
Convinced.
5 steps to the right. So
So he's beside the path.
yeah.
so are you guys attempting to hide from these birds?
I think so, definitely, yeah.
Uh,
Trying to go. We're stalking the path. There's
yes.
a bear roll.
That is a bear roll to be stealthy. I would say go ahead and roll it and call out those rolls to me.
Oh,
Hold up.
son of a... That's a 5.
That's a
That's
5.
a 4.
That's a 4.
So I lose one bear... No, I lose a
Maybe.
pro point. And it
Maybe.
goes to... Okay.
That's
I got a
all. That's
3.
God. Wow. This and we were everything was going so well. Okay, so 3 of you fail. Cola with the map is able to slide in, just a very slick bear. But the 3 of you who have failed notice that there seems to be maybe an increased chirping. And it seems like perhaps you didn't necessarily avoid the birds so much as go right into where more birds are. Because you failed your rolls, and these were your bear rolls. Okay, let's start with Ethan because he failed his last bear roll. Ethan, you... I will say that you can pick any of these because you picked one and then you switched it via persuasion. So all of you have the option of choosing from the following options for your failures, which are move a point from prole to bear, which will make your bear rolls
It's
harder.
optional to do that. Okay.
Mhm. Add a +1 to your next prole roll. As your bear nature gets the better of you. Ethan, you already have a +1 to your next prole roll, so if you really want to risk it for the biscuit, I'll let you do it. Become distracted and wander off in search of food until you succeed on a bear roll. Please, who rolled a 6?
I know, I rolled a 5.
James, please tell me your option.
I'm gonna add 1 to my next pro roll.
Sounds good. Jord, I believe you rolled a 5 and Ethan rolled a 4.
Yeah. I am also going to add 1 to my next pro roll as once Varian steps into the path, he just gets this big itch on the back of his back, and it's right in that spot that he cannot reach. And he just hunkers down against whatever nearest elm there is and just starts going to town, getting it, scratching it. Just, oh, sorry. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Amazing. And Ethan.
Probably shakes the tree.
I guess I'll move a point from prole to bear.
So you are permanently making your bear rolls a little more difficult.
Well, so if I add another point to prole, would that make it a 2?
Gonna make it a 2.
Ooh, that's bad.
Or you can wander off. You are in the woods. Teddy is distracted. Varian is distracted, and Cola is kind of disappeared, just like a thief in the night. So I will allow you to wander off if you would like.
What is wandering off exactly until I pass a bear roll?
Yeah, so what will happen here is if you wander off, I will give you a bear activity to do because I'm not going to keep you wandering away and away and away from the party. And we'll hopefully get you to pass a bear roll. Be warned, you may end up getting fucked because you have to roll more bear rolls, but you know, it's up to you. I'll let you decide. Or you can take that hefty +2 penalty.
Yeah, I'm gonna gamble it here. Let's just wander off for a little bit.
All right. So we will follow Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. for a moment. Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., you get a scent in your nose. You smell those honeybees. Not just the ones that make the good honey, but the ones that can be used as bullets.
Ooh.
As well. And it's just they're here, you know? They're good. You can eat that honey. And you know, like the queen bee, she's got that secret honey stash. So maybe you're not too far off. I'd say you wander for a few moments. It's a while before your compatriots notice that you have wandered off. In the woods, I'd say that you smell that honey and you see a nice big ol' hive. What would you like to do?
Judging. I'm going to sneakily approach it and take a good old chunk of the honeycomb and then run off into the woods.
It is hanging from a tree, so you're going to have to pull the whole hive down. I
see.
I do believe that would be strength. And I believe you're pretty strong. Unless you want to climb the tree or, you know.
Can I just like... So if I bend the tree, could I... Okay.
Please.
I'll just roll it.
2d6s. Take
I would love
lower.
for Fuzzy Wuzzy to just shake the whole tree.
Also,
like he just shakes the whole tree.
I was thinking he pulls it down, takes a chunk out, and lets like the tree bounce back and fly, sending the dangerous
Amazing.
bees away.
And then roll to see if those dangerous bees hit anybody.
I got a 3.
You have passed your bear roll. So you, it's not super easy, but you do pull this tree down and you are able to take a sizable chunk out of this hive. Not only is it filled with some delicious raw honey, but it is also filled with those 5mm bees that your BAR needs to
That's
fire.
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna have you call me high or low, and we'll see if you let go and the hive goes, and call me high or low, and I'll see if it hits anything or anyone.
Let's go high. Shoot for the moon.
Wow, that's an 11, so you do make it high. It somehow it flies off, it detaches, it is just rocketing at high speed. Somehow it gets out of the forest and like to a parked car in the city of the bears, and it just crashes through the windshield. It sets off everybody's car alarm. It is an absolute nightmare. You will see later, if you make it through this, on the nightly news that it says mysterious beehives coming out of the sky. We go now to Cheryl. She is our correspondent on site. Cheryl, will you please tell us some information about this bear? And you would see later that Cheryl would be like, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer, we never, and the newsreel just kind of goes on for a little bit. And it says, I'm Cheryl reporting for WA Bear E News in Bear City. Yeah.
Not the bees.
not the bee. My husband just messaged me and he's like, "Did you get your mom to play? Because for some reason I just picked my mom's name out of my hat." So I won't tell you my mother's name, but thank you, Mom, for donating your name to my brain. You got to be a newscaster in my bear one shot. Please
Wow.
be proud of me.
What an honor.
What an honor. Yes. So that'll be later if you guys succeed on this. But sorry, I just had to do my newscaster voice. So yeah, you go back. You're able to kind of like wander. It takes you a little while. The other bears are kind of, on their way, and you're just wandering with this giant chunk of honeycomb. You're dripping. Your hand is just dripping in the stuff. Yeah. So what do you guys say when you you see Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. has rejoined?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize you left, Fuzzy.
Was there a honeycomb vending machine nearby?
Nope. This is all natural, honey.
Good stuff.
Polo will
The good
stop with the
stuff.
map, and he'll take out a granola bar from his pocket to give to you. He thought it would taste good with the honey.
This is
Yeah,
the. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He'll dap some honey on it. You need to feed this little cub so you can grow up to be big and strong.
Fuzzy, he's a full-grown bear.
Are you sure?
I'm like 99.9% sure. Are you a full-grown bear? I guess I should actually ask.
Polo like looks back between you guys as you like tower above him, and he's just like, "Yes,
See,
I'm
that's
a
what I thought.
full-grown man, standing at 3 foot 2 inches. I am a full-grown man."
You're like a gnome bear. What is happening?
Claws are so small. They're so tiny.
Oh, man.
She's not a koala. She's a spectacled bear.
Spectacle bear.
Oh, my bad.
I'm a really baby spectacle bear.
You were the runt of the litter. Yeah, so I'm assuming that you guys continue on. So remind me again, James, what was the penalty that you took?
So he has a +1 to his next pro roll, and that's because he got even more sap on his work shirt, so he's really self-conscious about it.
He's very worried that his boss will notice.
This isn't work professional at all.
And Jord, what was the penalty that you took?
Also the +1 to my next pro roll.
Fantastic. Please remind me if I forget.
No, just kidding.
Great. So I'm gonna say that you guys are continuing on. You notice through your travels, it does take a while, but you're bears, and it's, Addie kind of warned you that these things would take a while. And you're kind of noticing like maybe a little bit more bird chirping. The bees are kind of wearing thin, but
Hearing the
go ahead.
chirping getting a little bit more and more, Barion's gonna kind of crouch down a little bit and just go, from working in the mines, we have an alert system with a similar thing, canaries, for if there's poisonous gas, which, granted those up in the offices don't want to let us know if there's poisonous gas anyway. So some of us have taken to keeping little canary birds with us, and I don't think there's poisonous gas because we're out in the open in this big here forest, now what I'm saying, and we're not underground, but that's probably not good, especially if they aren't real birds, which I'm pretty sure they are, but...
Go ahead. Sorry. Didn't want to interrupt the role play.
Wait, there's not poisonous gas? I was holding my breath.
No, Teddy, I'm saying just an analogy for maybe we better be on the lookout because that
poisonous
chirping
gas.
being not poisonous gas, Teddy. It's a
We're
metaphor.
looking out for canaries.
What was that, Fuzzy?
Are we looking out for canaries then?
Oh, Lord. Cola, can you help me please try and explain? Well, no, you don't think the birds are real either. This is... Oh, Lord.
There's one way that I can determine if these birds are real. He's gonna pick up a really large rock and throw it at the bird to kill it.
Oh, no!
Roll
He's
me a
gone.
bear roll.
I got a 1.
Woohoo!
Knock that bird out of the fucking tree.
Speedball bean to the side of the head like Randy
Yeah.
Jackson of the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, it is. It's you kill that bird. You
One
kill
bird,
that
one stone.
One bird, one stone. You kill that bird. If there were feathers on that bird, it explodes. That bird, exactly. That bird doesn't exist anymore. Thank you, Jordan, for that reference. I'm
so glad somebody got it.
I
That's all that
got your.
matters.
Oh my god! I can't tell you how many times my husband has showed me that video of
It's
that bird
insane.
exploding.
So, James, Cassie, or Ethan, do you understand the reference?
Nope.
So,
No.
professional baseball player Randy Jackson could throw like 90 plus miles an hour.
Oh,
Perfect
I've seen that
timing,
clip,
threw
yeah.
a fastball,
I've seen that.
pigeon flies right in front of it. You just see an explosion of feathers.
Oh no.
The real,
Yeah.
it's real.
That poor
Yeah,
bird.
total random freak accident.
Yeah,
It is an absolutely wild video. Go ahead, James.
So yeah, Cole is like chucking this rock at this bird in the background, and I'm just talking to Barry, and he watches these documentaries about fake birds, and he swears he's never seen a baby bird.
Does he watch? Do they listen to the same stuff Fuzzy does? He listens to this like Bearcast thing. I'm not sure what it is called. Joe Brogan or Beargan or something. I'm not exactly sure.
So at this point, we hear the squawk.
Brush limb branch.
Pola takes out some of. He has cooking supplies, just like chilling in his bag. Well, I think it's real.
Wait, do you check if the bird is real?
I guess. Oh my god, are you gonna make me roll? Okay.
No.
Just-
I'm just asking. You already hit the bird. You got a 1. Do you go over to the bird and check if it's real? Feathers
There's
did
anything
come off
left.
of it.
Yes,
You-
I do
you go?
check to see if the bird is real.
Wow, that's a lot of wires for a real bird.
We're on commercial break.
Yeah, that's what I'd be on that break.
Oh, that's
Yum.
weird. I'm watching it on my end and we're not on one. That is so weird.
Really?
Weird. On
Maybe
mine it
it's
is,
'cause-
that's weird.
I wonder if it's because I closed out the browser. No, I didn't close it. I don't know.
So I
What
gotta
ad
go
break
through the
do you
wires
guys
to
have?
get to the bird.
You do have to go through. Well, there is no bird. Are we? Are
Oh
we on
no,
our
it
bird?
blew up.
I say just keep rolling with it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the ball.
So you go to this bird, or what you think is this bird, and it kind of like, yeah, you hit it so hard, you probably could be a professional bear ball player, but
I love it when the puns don't hit, but they still work.
they don't hit. You probably could, but you see that this bear or this bird that has exploded into feathers is not real. It is a mechanical bird, in fact, and it's like "Rrr, rrr, rrr,
And they
rrr."
called us crazy.
There's
He's
no
just
beat
gonna
on
turn
this.
back to look at everyone else except for Fuzzy Wuzzy because Fuzzy Wuzzy was right. I'm just saying that it's fake. And then he just walks away.
Like calling out. As just one single fake bird doesn't mean all are. Oh, they're already too far. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, Teddy. I didn't think they'd get the reaffirmation that what they were thinking was right.
I'm not a zoologist. Maybe that's just how birds work.
Question:
a
Are
few-
prisons just zoos?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you guys know that there aren't humans in this? I mean, you guys haven't really met any humans because you kind of live in like a Zootopia sort of world.
I've heard
Uh,
rumor of these like bald bears.
Bald bears!
They go around carrying these really colorful flags about every July too. Like, they seem like really nice people.
Food always smells
The
really
kind-
good.
Take a breather,
I'll have
Steph.
to
Don't
ask
die
our
on
neighbors.
us.
I'll have to ask our neighbors, the Bernstein Bears, about that.
I thought it was Berenstain Bears were our neighbors.
I thought it too.
I think at this point we've probably caught up with Cola now. Let him back.
We need to finish, we need to wrap this up, guys. I'm running out of bear puns.
Oh my
Right.
god, we
Running out of
gotta
bear
keep
material.
going.
The one shot ends when we run out of bear puns.
Yep.
We can barely contain it. Okay. So you guys catch up. You, Cola, hear a ton of like chirping after that bird goes in. And you see a giant flock, probably like 10 or 12 of these birds. Some of them might even look like canaries. Like they fly off and they head in the direction that Barian saw the bees go in. And you guys kind of get the sense that you are approaching the grove.
Can I shoot the bear, the bee, or the birds down? The
Okay.
bees, the birds.
Okay, so would you say that using your BAR is a bear roll or a prole roll? I think it's probably a
Well,
bear roll.
I have hunting comes with unemployed, so this is kind of hunting,
Alright.
like I would assume.
So either way it goes, I believe that this is bear.
I think bear too.
You get advantage, and if you describe to me the way that you are going to shoot some of these bears out of the air, you get a -1 modifier, which means you have a higher likelihood to succeed, and you have advantage. Please describe to me how you are shooting these birds.
Birds.
Too
I
many
know.
B words.
Me bees. Oh boy. So I think Fuzzy's just going to lay down on his back, kick his foot up, and rest like the gun on his foot, and use it as like a shooting platform essentially.
Yeah. How many rounds or bullets does your BAR fire off in one go? I don't know anything about guns.
How about I roll for it on like a D20?
Sure.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
13.
So you fire off 13 rounds. So there are about like 10 or 10 to 15. So you could potentially hit 13 of them. Please roll me your 2d6s. You have advantage on this and you have a -1 modifier.
That's a 1.
So that's a negative. So you hit 0. Yeah, you position yourself absolutely perfectly. Something about the way that the moonlight hits these birds and the way that their wings are slightly metallic and the way that they're flying, you just you hit 13 of them. 2 of them just fly off as fast as they can, but damn if you don't get almost near all of them in the sky, and they just pew, 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 right along this path that y'all are going down. You just hit them out, and that is fucking impressive, honestly.
I'll nudge
Partner.
Teddy. He's a crack shot. I've never seen a sharper shooter.
And are you guys gonna go investigate these birds that have been shot out of the sky?
Sure am.
All right. Would you all like to investigate them, or just? Well, I mean, Teddy did. Fuzzy, I'm sorry. Why do you guys all have bear-related names? That is
Because
so
we're bears.
Um.
You told us to do this.
So Fuzzy Wuzzy, I'm assuming with that 0 that you got, amazing. You go over and you pick up some of these birds, and you notice that a lot of them seem to have eyes that resemble cameras, and you know, probably have Wi-Fi transmitters or radio transmitters, and yeah, it seems like these particular birds. Not real.
Be careful, y'all. They might be broadcasting those terrible 5G signals.
You mean the 5B
Very
signals?
harmful. The 5B. Oh man.
Oh no, why did I choose this? Okay.
Teddy has his smartphone out looking for a signal.
You got
Get that
you
outta
got
here.
the 5B ultra wideband here for some reason, which seems really weird because you're in the middle of a forest and like how could you get that ultra wideband out here? But like man, your signal is your face bear is up and running.
I can finally play Honey Heroes again.
Yeah. You're getting an ad for Bear Shadow Legends on
I hate this game.
Sorry, that was so good, Steph. Oh, fuck. Oh. But it's like the best mobile game ever. Bear Shadow. That's good. Lord.
yeah, Bear Shadow.
He's playing on a BPN.
Yeah, you should be using NordVPN. Very, very good. Oh man. I'm gonna wear myself out. I have to work tomorrow too, damn. All this creativity. It's going to waste. It's being used for entertainment. So yeah, you're on that ultra wideband. Yeah, you getting ads for Bear Shadow Legends. It seems like it's really weird because when you were at like the site, the campsite with Addie, like there was no phones, and like you might have like snuck it out for a second to just like you're just wondering if like somebody on Bearcord like pinged you in one of the servers that you're in, and yeah, you had no service. It was just like not loading, and like of course Bearcord, right? Like it just sometimes it just shits a brick, but it's weird. All your pings are coming through now, and you're in a lot of servers.
Can I tell if I walk one way if the signal starts getting stronger or weaker?
There you go.
Roll me a prol roll.
I have to I have to add 1 to this.
While
But
Teddy's
you're
doing-
you're
Oh,
a
sorry,
cleric.
go ahead.
Your job is clerical, right? You are your prol type is clerical. I will give you advantage on this because I do believe. So you will have a +1 regardless, but I will give you advantage. It will not cancel it out. But I do believe something like this, finding the best Wi-Fi signal, is something that clerical people have to do. Paper pushers. You might be trying to find it for your boss, or So please, by all means.
Alright, the first one I rolled was a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was a 6.
And you have to add a 1.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oy, 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 oy. Oh no! Oh my sweet, sweet Teddy. Oof. So you failed your pro roll. You can't tell. It's super confusing. You just it just seems to be everywhere. Like, my God. You've never even been in a city where the ultra wideband is so your 5B is so good. So weird. If you fail a prol roll, here are your options. You can move a point from bear to prol. You can add a +1 to your next bear roll. Or you can become distracted and begin preaching about the greatness of your cause and the mission to anyone who will listen until you succeed on a prol roll.
Teddy
Please,
just breaks out the
James.
thesis.
I am moving a point from bear to prol.
Oh my goodness me. It may be that Teddy would be our first bear to go full bear. We shall see.
Wait, no, I move a point from bear to prol, right?
Yes, but I believe if you wait, hold on. If you lose,
It has to be all 6 get filled up.
Move a point from bear to prole, so now prole
Right.
rolls are easier. Right?
Yes, pearl rolls are easier.
But bear rolls are harder.
Bear rolls are
Yeah,
harder.
there you go.
Yeah, he starts looking
Thank-
at all the trees. This would be a lot more convenient if these were houses and with street signs telling me where to go.
Oh my gosh. So if all hold on, let me read this. If your pearl reaches 6, you give up on society. Okay. So yes, it may be that I thought it was the opposite way. I don't know why. Let's keep going. But yeah, it may be that Teddy is our first bear to go full pearl. All right. I say that after investigating these birds that are not real, do you guys continue down this path or do you go a different way? You seem to think that the birds were going this way. There's the Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. hit them and they're scattered kind of along the path that you were headed down. So yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I think Barian would kind of look and see if the bees are still going the same direction and see if there's like maybe if a bird did get away or did Fuzzy Wuzzy shoot all of them that we could tell.
He shot. I would say
Got
that.
away.
Yeah, 2 got away, and he would know that. Do you? I'm sure you relay that to your party of bears.
I probably hit them. I probably winged them, but they still got away. He
Sure
says
did.
lying.
It's my, I think, as my grandpappy would say, the honey's in the pot, so to speak. In the matter of fact, of if 2 of those birds did get away and they aren't real, it seems to be, we may want to. I'm assuming probably head in the direction of the birds and maybe pick up the pace a little bit before we get ambushed or who knows what else the queen bee has in store in these forests.
Agreed.
So you continue down this path then. Agreed, Teddy and Cola.
Teddy's currently tweeting about how bad the forests are.
You're on bear Twitter.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, you guys continue down the path and you notice as you are going, this is no roll required. You just notice this, that the trees start looking a little deader. The grass starts fading from green. The fog starts settling in for some reason. And yeah, you start feeling a sense of creepiness creeping in. You think you might be getting close to the grove. In fact, you feel like through no fault of your own that the map might have been wrong. Seems like the cartographer did a bad job, but can you blame them? They're only a bear. And you've made it together and you've got some fake birds in tow and you finally come upon as this fog kind of like dissipates around these like creepy creaky trees that are turning this kind of gray brown and gray green. You happen upon this clearing of the grove, and it seems like it's a deep set kind of valley, and there's fog hanging around. You don't see any ghosts off the bat, but you do hear, you kind of hear that little bit of a buzzing. I'd say that it's a bit of bear instinct that you can kind of hear it. If you any of you want to make kind of a perception check, it would be a bear roll for all of you if you would like.
I suppose I
3.
could.
3.
2.
2,
Got a 1.
1. God.
Why? I know.
And a 5.
Oh no! He's got a 5.
James.
Yikes.
Oi, oi, oi. James. My goodness me. All right, let's start with James. Oh, James. You're hurting me so much. I feel like when you possibly TPK, or when you did TPK us in that one shot that one time, I feel like I'm going to be so hurt if the one time you get to play, your bear does not bear. Okay, so you failed a bear roll.
Mhm.
Last time you failed was it also a bear roll?
It was a pro roll I failed last time.
Great. So you have all of the choices to make. Either move a point from prol to bear, add a +1 to your next prol roll, or become distracted and wander off. So I will let you make your choice.
So, as he's on Bear Twitter, he sees that no one's liking his super woke message. He starts getting irritated hearing the buzzing in his ears, and he's just... and he just crushes the phone in his hand. Oh. But
Oh,
it's
bother.
fine. I'm gonna move a point from Pearl to back to Bear. So I'm back at base.
Back to even. There you go.
Wow.
All right.
It is. We have managed it. It's James, that description was amazing. I love that. Fantastic. So who got a 3? And Ethan, you got a 2?
I got a 2.
And I'm
And
still
you got a-
3 in each one.
Yeah, so and you got a 1, Casey. Okay, so you're rolling for perception. So basically what you see, Varian, is you see that there are some bees. Like you have been honed into these bees. These bees, you are on them. You are on them like a bear is on honey.
Like pollen on a bee.
Yeah, like pollen on a flower. You are right on top of them. You are honed in, and you see that they seem to be swarming towards something deep within this valley. I'll say, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., you are particularly well honed into these birds. You see the few that you didn't catch with your BAR and those nasty stingers from those 5mm honeybees. You'll see a couple of them going kind of towards where you may hear the buzzing. And Cola, from your vantage point at 3'2", as the shortest bear, you are able to see a clear path that through a little bit of the fog that is leading to what you can only assume is the queen bee's hive. It
Bum,
doesn't
bum, bum.
seem to... Bum. Ad break. No, I'm joking. It doesn't seem, from your vantage point, to be high up like was indicated in the map. It seems that perhaps this home was more of a drawing. It seems to be a little bit lower to the ground, a little bit flatter, a little bit underground. And I will let you all relay this information to your party as you see fit.
Do I still have the map? I think I still have the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think
You
you
do.
do have the map.
I crunch it up.
Oh my gosh.
I eat it.
I
Teddy
mean,
gets-
it definitely wasn't leading us in the right direction, so...
Did you say that you eat it?
I eat it. Got
Just
to get
take it
rid
out of
of
my
the
hand.
evidence.
Teddy's back is turned to Cola as he does this, but he gets a shudder for some reason.
Not paper being crumpled.
Yeah.
Oh, Cola walks up to Teddy after seeing his whole phone thing and takes his phone out and is like, "Hey,
Yes.
I think you need to sign back into your Twitter and delete your posts because the birds could be monitoring it."
That makes sense. And he'll take Cola's phone, sign into Twitter, delete the post, but keep his phone to keep checking his Twitter feed. I'll give it back in a little while.
Break it. You buy me a new one.
Oh my gosh. Cola, I will say with that one, you also know that the creator of Twitter, Jack Beargeoisie, the Jack Dorsey reference for anyone who wanted to know. We're running low, okay? We're trying. Don't shake your head, Ethan. How could I top Jeff Bezos? Truly.
Hey, I thought Shag or Barrow.
That was
pretty good.
really good too. I was dying. Upton Sinbear was very pleased with that one too, though I don't know how many people are getting the Upton Sinclair references in this millennia, but you know, we're here and we're making them. So yeah, you know that our good friend yes, just for those joining our stream, the enemies that we are currently looking to take down are the Beargeoisie. That would be Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos. They are currently going after the Queen Bee, the right-handed. She probably is right-handed, but also the right-hand woman of Elon Muskrat and Jeff Bezos. So yeah, you do know that the head of Twitter is in cahoots with the birds. Cola, you know that he is.
Beargeoisie.
Yeah, he is part of the Beargeoisie. I mean, in fact, you know. Go ahead, Jordan.
Marion will head over to Fuzzy and just be like, with your little boomstick there, Fuzzy, could you maybe peer down and see if we got any guards we got to get around or whatnot? These, fancy high and mighty types that like to exploit the workforce like to keep themselves well guarded, I've found in the past.
I suppose. I'll go perch up and see if I can spot any guards or perhaps sentries.
Are you climbing anywhere, or are you just going to find a better vantage point?
I'll climb if I have to. I'll look for like a ridge top or something.
I think that you're easily able to find a ridge top. This is, as I said, the grove is kind of in a valley, so yeah, you're able to find a ridge top quite easily. No roll required. And what would you like to do?
I'd like to see if I can spot any guards. Mark them off.
I do think that this would be hunting, which I do think that would fall under bear. So please roll at advantage and take the lower.
Part of my employment, which I'm technically not.
You're...
Ooh, that's a 4.
Did you roll both?
I rolled both. The other one was a 6.
Ugh. Oh, no, my friend.
Bother.
Oh, bother. So, you can, the last thing that you did on your, when you failed the bear roll was to become distracted and wander off, so unfortunately that is not a choice for you this time. You must either move a point from prole to bear, or you must add a +1 to your next prole roll. Please, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., tell me what penalty you would like to take.
I already have the +1 to my prole.
Oh,
or is
God.
that gone away? Does that stick around forever?
That sticks around forever, my guy.
I guess I'll...
Until you use it, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to make
So
you
it
do
was-
something prole related.
So, it's to move a point from bear to prole.
From bear, from prole to bear. So you will make your bear rolls easier because all you have to do is hit a 4 or lower. You are letting your bear nature get the better of you.
Perhaps.
So you are now at 4 bear and 2 prole.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yeah, with that failure, I'll let you roleplay this if you'd like, or I can describe it for you. It's up to you.
You think? How would you describe it? I can't think of anything clever right now.
It's fine. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. I would describe it as you, for some reason, you decide that hunting, using your hunter skills would be the best, as opposed to just using your, natural bear eyes or bear senses. You decide to use an enhancement, and perhaps that skews your vision a little bit, and the fog just seems to somehow get into your scope a little bit, and you're just not really able to see it. And in your frustration, you can feel that bear energy, one that you frequently attempt to suppress. You want to make a good example for the growler bears of the future, but you can't seem to get a handle on that, and you rip the scope off of your BAR, and you like yeet it back into the woods. Yeet. It hits another car in the city, and we cut. No, I'm joking.
And I've got quite the arm on me.
You do, truly.
More news footage.
More news footage later.
It hits the reporter.
Ah!
Like the stop sign.
Amazing. Yes, exactly like that. So you don't see any sentries or anything posted out there. Do you report that back to your fellow bears?
I'm just gonna do some bear hand signals that way.
Can I make a pro roll to see if I understand the bear hand signals?
100%.
And I have to add a 1 to that, I believe.
Absolutely, you do.
Oh, well, that's a 6, so that's 7.
7.
I'm gonna do the add a +1 to my next bear roll. It will be
Okay.
the penalty I'll take. Seeing these signals, Barian's gonna be like, "Oh, what? Shit!" Really? Like kind of muttering under his breath. Really? That? Really? Oh, all right. Well, and you just see him start not charging, but definitely fast paced. Like coast is clear. We're going in now, and we're going in. Like not like I said, not full running, but kind of like Cola was doing. Of like, all right, like I'm going.
Would Teddy have enough time to grab you and hold you back?
You're a grizzly, so I would say this would be a bear strength thing. You can, what? I'm gonna do like a kind of a D&D thing and let you guys roll opposing bear checks.
Opposing bear checks.
Because you both are
Which
grizzlies.
is strength, so would that be at advantage?
Hold on, let's see. Are you both your strength and your size?
Well, I'm size and strength both because grizzly bear and manual labor.
Yeah, I'll say it's at advantage. Yeah, I'm so sorry, James.
It's okay. What'd you get?
So we take the lowest. With the +1, I got a 3. So I matched my bear thing, but I don't know if we're doing.
What did you get, James?
A 6.
Oh my gosh.
You reach out and grab him
I
or
think
attempt.
maybe we should, and then
He's off.
Kind of as you grab me and as you get that word out there and go, look, Fuzzy didn't see no sentries. That's what all the hand signals meant. And personally, we already got 2 birds heading that way. They probably do already know we're coming. And if we don't see them on the outside, we might still get the element of surprise, hopefully. And then starts taking a couple steps.
Teddy
The
will
time for change is now, Teddy. Rise up against the oppressors.
Teddy will look at Cola like at a loss.
Oh my
We're gonna
God.
look for air vents and just
You're
climb in the
gonna
air
look-
vent.
You're in the Casey, Cola. You're in the forest still.
Yeah,
You're-
but at the hive building, I would have looked
Okay.
for air, but we're charging.
Yeah, yeah. You.
I just watch Oh my
Barry?
god, what's... Yeah, Barry just like charged past me and I'm just like, oh, I guess that's what we're doing.
Oh man.
I'm gonna look at Teddy.
He'll
Oh.
give you your phone back, so I don't break it, and then he'll follow after. He'll follow after Barian.
Oh man.
Put it in his back pocket and he'll run after.
Um. Uh. Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. What do you do? Do you go? Also, I kind of think I've been using your hunting as a bear stat, but I really think it probably should be your prole stat because it's your prole.
Oh,
So
right.
that's my bad, but we live, we learn. So we'll do that moving forward. That's we're just playing. We're playing for the first time. For those of you who are just joining us, this is our first time playing Down with the Beargeoisie. So yeah, what do you do when you see all of your bear comrades heading off?
Mm. Well, I guess this is it. Time for the revolution to begin, and then I'll slide down the bank and charge with my brothers.
Yeah. So let's say Barian, you are heading up this pack of bears.
Mm-hmm.
Are you actively looking for anything? You got the warning from Addie that this is a little bit creepy. You can feel the creepiness. Are you actively looking for any of these ghosts of proletariat past, or are you just, chugging along?
Uh, I think Barry's just chugging straight forward, kind of grabbing his pitchfork and his hammer, getting ready to hold the line against the oppressors, and just kind of getting ready to start the revolution.
Yeah, so you're gonna keep going. I know that Teddy, are you raising your hand, James?
He is actively trying to avoid looking at ghosts, so anywhere that he sees might be scary. He's like tunnel vision, like, I'm not going to go over there, bad idea.
Oh my gosh.
If I
Okay.
don't see them, they don't see me.
Uh, Cola, how about you?
Polo follows behind, but he's just like walking.
How
He's like
far
dead
behind?
stare.
How far behind are you from Teddy? And Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., how far behind are you from them? Because I assume that Barian is like pretty far out front.
I'd imagine I'd be trying to catch up, and we're all kind of the
Okay.
same speed,
Okay.
so same size.
Except for Cola. Do you think you're like right in front of do you think you're right in front of do you think that you're right in front of Teddy? Cola? Why am I forgetting everybody's names?
I think I would probably be right behind him at this point.
Okay.
Well, I think I left after him because he handed me my phone back, and I don't run as quick as him.
Mhm.
And at this point, I like get out of breath, and I don't want to run. So I'm like kind of like speed walking a little. So I'm probably like a little bit farther away from Teddy, and I would think that Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. is pretty close to me.
Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. or Cola, are either of you looking for the ghosts of proletariat past?
Hmm. I've heard rumors about them and have been interested in them myself. I kind of want to look around and see if there are any, and see if they are willing to aid us so we can have our little Lord of the Rings moment where the army of the dead follows behind me like Aragorn. Aragorn.
Call low or high. Wah! Or they
I will
drop my
say
dice.
high hasn't led me astray yet.
And you are successful once again with an 18. This time, this little dice been doing real good for you. Yeah. So you do see some ghosts of proletariat past. You see some of the leaders of the proletariat. They are coming out of the mist. They are here. Some leaders that you may not know, some that you've only heard stories about, some that are just complete rumors, honestly. Part of you doesn't know if it's delusion or, you know, just wanting it to be there, but you see them. They're there. Um, hmm. I think you need to make me a prol roll. This would kind of be like a wisdom check, sort of kind of thing. I think that's a prol stat. So please,
So I have a +1 to this.
you do.
Just putting that out there. That's a 3 plus
Uh,
1.
Oh, oh man. Okay, well you do fail, unfortunately. What would you
Man,
Did you fail your last prol roll too, or it was your last bear roll that you
that
failed your
was a
last
bear roll.
Okay. So you can choose to move a point from bear to prol, or you can add a +1 to your next bear roll, or you can add a you can become distracted and start preaching about global warming if you like until you succeed on a prol roll. Please, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., pick your penalty. As you
So
are
if
kind of overtaken by these sounds of ghosts.
hmm, let me think. So if I wander off, well, my group's traveling kind of fast.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you already move one of your? Didn't you move a prol to bear?
You
Yes, I
did.
did.
You could move bear back to prol and go back even.
You could.
I could do that. I
Might be.
suppose I'll move it back.
All right.
Perhaps seeing the ghostly figures of the proles of the past inspires me to be more like them, to go above and beyond the call of duty for any bear.
Um. So I believe you hear the sounds of these proles, these proletariats, and they are instructing you to, as you said, go above and beyond the duty. They seem to have heard your wish of having a moment like Lord of the Rings, and they seem to be aiding you, at least very very spiritually. Um, is anyone else looking for ghosts or?
I think Cola would, just because I don't know, he's near the end of the group. He's just looking around as he's walking through.
Okay. Excuse me. My like alarm went off or whatever. Go ahead and call me high or low.
We'll do high.
I'm never not using this dice again. That was a 14. So you also, come on, what the hell? You also hear the sound. The figures are a little bit wonky. You kind of just like it's not as clear. Like it's super clear for Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., but you are stopped in the same way that he is by seeing these proles. Do you want to make a prol roll for me?
Let's go for it. I think the lowest one, correct?
That is correct.
Yes. Okay, a 2.
Okay. Did you roll 2?
Yes, I did. I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Well, I don't think because this is not it's not like fish, like food service related, but we'll go with the two.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh no, let me re-roll. It's cool.
Okay. Just
I got a 5. We needed some variety.
so you failed your pro roll. Is
Sweet.
this the first roll you failed?
I think so. I've been rolling decently well.
Yeah. So you
It's
can
about
either
time.
move a point from bear to prole. You can take a +1 to your next bear roll. Or you can become distracted and start preaching about the greatness of your cause to anyone who will listen. You do not wander off in this one. I'm sorry, that was me misspeaking earlier. So, yes.
You said I can move a point over. I can move
You would move a point from bear to prole, which would make your prole rolls easier, but your bear rolls harder.
Okay.
Please. Call a koala. Oh yes, James.
Oh, were you done with Casey?
I was going to ask her what penalty she was going to take.
Continue, sir.
And then Casey.
Moving the point over.
So now you have to hit a 2 or lower for your bear rolls. Okay. James.
So Teddy thinks that if he sees the ghosts through the phone, maybe they won't be so scary. So he's gonna ask Cola for his phone back. Cola, I think maybe if I look at them through the camera, it won't show them. Can I borrow your phone again?
Fine.
Okay.
Here.
Then he's gonna
Give it
look.
to you.
He's gonna look at his surroundings through the phone camera. Or ghosts.
Roll me a prole roll. What's your prole stat currently? Oh, you're even.
Yep, and that was a 5.
Oh man. Okay, hold on. Call me low or high.
Let's go. I'm feeling low this time.
So sorry, it's an 11. I know
What I
it's
get.
just dice only wants to. So you do not see any ghosts, but you do see some alerts that are coming through. This is your failure on a parole roll. You see some alerts that are coming in from Baranon, Baranon is coming through. They have seen your thread about the birds and are like going at you about how birds are not real. Birds aren't real. They are so adamant about this. They are, shit posting, they're memeing you. It's not a good day for Teddy.
Oh no, you're getting ratioed, my guy.
You're getting ratioed, unfortunately.
I'll take the +1 to the next bear roll as Teddy spends the next minute making a really long apology post.
On Twitter too, so it's gonna be in like 15 parts.
Thread!
Oh god.
Thread! You use the thread emoji and everything. Oh god, James, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
As long as you guys are having a good time. Okay, so I would say that you kind of get these. You don't see anything, and Fuzzy Wuzzy and Cola kind of get like imbued with these spirits of prolabariate past that kind of are there. They are not necessarily going to help you, but they are there, and they're Fuzzy Wuzzy, you especially, because you have failed this, what I am calling a wisdom save. You 100% feel like you're Aragorn. You're walking in. You've got the ghost of the prolabariat behind you. You are gonna bust into this hive, and you are gonna. It's your moment. You're here. This is it. Return of the King.
Oh boy.
Great. So, do you guys all get to the doors of the hive? All right. The doors are closed. It seems to be like a step down. It's like a short kind of house looking kind of thing. It doesn't seem like you guys would be tall enough to fit into the upper part that's above ground, but it's like it steps down into the ground and there's a door there. How would you like to proceed?
Are there air vents?
Roll me a pearl check at advantage because I think that being in food service would let you know where air vents are because you are trying to make sure that you have proper ventilation.
I got a 2.
Excellent. There are air vents. Yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
Sorry.
I thought it was
I
a
was like,
5.
wait. I was like, shit.
No air vents. Cole, you take a gander around the building really quickly as your slower, sizier bear friends are just kind of like, just chilling. They're just looking at the stuff. And you're small enough that you know where these air vents could be, and you're able to find some. What would you like to do with this air vent related knowledge?
I'm gonna go back and be like, okay, so there's an air vent. I could go through and just unlock the door.
It sounds like a good plan. Can I pick you up? I'll put you in the air vent if it works.
He's gonna look at you and then look really high up to the air vent and be like, yes.
Would this air vent have circulation to the entire building?
Good. It absolutely could. Would you know that though? I would say you got a 2, right, Casey? I would say that with Cola's air vent related knowledge as a chef and as a food industry worker, that you would probably know that this is one of those air vents that is not like a dry cleaning air vent where it's like just shooting the hot air out of the top of your roof. It's definitely to the circulation for the building. So yeah.
Interesting. Circulation for the whole building, you say?
I do say that. And
I'm
now
gonna take out my stinky rancid fish.
Yeah! Flush them out! Flush them out!
All right, please describe to me how you are going to use your stinky rancid fish in detail, and then give me a roll of which you will have a -1 on that roll. So all you have to do is make a 2, or actually you have to make a 4, I guess, because it's 3. So
all right. He's gonna take out the hand cooler and like open. It says like Billy the rancid fish or whatever I said before with duct tape, and he's gonna open it, and he's gonna like peel back the layers of like styrofoam and aluminum foil to like keep the scent in. And he'll like pick up the ends of like the last piece, and he'll put it on the in the vent, and then he'll get out a little pocket fan.
Oh, man.
And he'll kind of just lay there and be like, Billy, I'm real proud of you, son. And he's just gonna fan it.
roll me a secret weapon roll. I guess this would you have. Oh my god! It's either your bear or your prole. I think which one is your better stat, or are you even on both?
Does it revert back to normal after you?
No.
Okay, then I have 4 on prole and 2 on bear.
Yeah, that's fine because I was leaning towards prole anyway. I just wanted to make sure because I think with that description, you should definitely make this easier on yourself. So you have a -1. Yeah, like please roll for a lower, I hope, or 5.
I got a
lower.
1.
Great. So you got a 0.
Wow.
And that is what I would like to call a hard success, an extreme success, if we could.
Total
Yeah,
success.
But yeah, you sit there. You're on top of Barion's shoulders, and this scent starts wafting through the ventilation unit to the hive. And yeah, you, Barian, you, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr., you, Teddy, you smell this, and y'all like fish, but this is not good.
This
This is
isn't
bad,
pleasant at
It's-
all.
Unbearable.
to
Now,
say
just
the
imagine
least.
how rat bad it's going to be inside the hive, confined spaces and such. In fact, Teddy, I have an idea. Why don't you and Fuzzy grab my hammer and my pitchfork, they're just on my side here, and see if you can't shove them into the door handles of the entrance here and lock them in.
Let's brace the door.
They can knock themselves out from the rancid fumes.
He's gonna look at Cola. This fish isn't strong enough to kill them, is it?
He like kind of turns around out of the vent. No comment. And then he turns back around.
Anime glare on the glasses.
This is your fault if it does. And then he's gonna do what Barian says.
Great.
History is oiled with the wheels of history is oiled with the blood of the Beargeoisie. Oh boy.
Okay, so you guys are gonna take Barian's pitchfork and a hammer, and you're gonna try to
Wedge the door closed.
yeah, please.
Like, I'm picturing it's like if it's the pull handles, like just shoving it through there, you know, like the classic bracing the door
I could
thing.
also sit and lay down and take a nap in front of the door.
the two biggest bears just sit in front of the doors.
Okay, I will let you do both of these things if you would like, and I will let you guys James, you're even on both of yours, right? And Badger, your bear roll is higher,
I'm even.
correct?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
even
now.
Okay, so both of you are. I'm gonna say like this. I think that for Fancy Wuzzy Jr., since you're going to assist and then sleep in front of the door, this is a bear roll. I think that for Teddy as the mastermind, this is a prol roll. Both of you have a -1 to this.
I was just about to ask could they use the -1 from the Seeker Weapon of Mine. So.
Oh yeah,
Technically, would it be a strength roll? Because I'm a grizzly, so I would get advantage with that.
I think both of your rolls would be strength rolls because wedging a door is very strength related. So please, both of you roll at advantage, and you have a -1. Roll them dice.
I got a 1.
So you
I
got a
got
0.
a 1 as well.
You got a 0.
That's a 0.
Wow, this
Double
is
deuces!
oh
Or
my
double
god.
zeros.
Yeah.
Not quite snake eyes.
Snake eyes, that's it. That's what I meant. Snake eyes!
I will let you describe this if you would like, James and Ethan. Please take it away, or I can, whichever you prefer.
Ethan, do you want to start?
Well, I think it's about time that you read your manifesto. Maybe that'll help me fall asleep.
Are you saying my paper is boring?
I thought that was the intention, so you can get more nap time.
I'm very proud of my thesis paper. If you would like to hear it, I will read it for you, but you have to pay
Of course.
attention.
I am paying so much attention right now.
This is titled, There is no debate. Bears should hibernate. In this more modern world, bears are sleeping fewer hours than ever, relying on energy drinks and caffeinated beverages to satisfy a production-hungry world. Yet bears have never been more starved for sleep. In this thesis, I will explain the benefits of breaking our dependency on energy-boosting products and relying on a good night's rest. You may remember a time when the air grew cold and nights grew long. We bears would partake in something called hibernation. And he continues on and on and on.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. And with that, Fuzzy Wuzzy Jr. falls asleep. And James, please describe how you use this beautiful pitchfork and hammer to wedge the door.
After I see that he has fallen asleep against the door, his weight has bowed the door slightly to where it's perfect for me to wedge the tools into the door handle. I guess he really got the message about getting a good night's rest.
I have a dream about the founders of our forefathers of the revolution.
Oh, amazing. While the door is like bowed open slightly and you are wedging this in, you can hear these screams and buzzing coming from inside. And it's like, oh God, it's so rancid. You hear like some dry heaving even a little bit. It's just like, no, the honey, no, for the honey pot party. Oh no. Mr. Bear's I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like you mildly think that something has maybe caught on fire in there because you can mix with the scent of the rancid fish is kind of like these burning embers. Maybe like somebody thought the best idea was to set the honey pot stock on fire. In an attempt to use a sweeter smelling substance. In reality, it smells terrible, and it's just mixing with this scent of rancid fish. This fish that Cola has been dead for longer than some of you have been alive. And
is the odor of the fish combustible?
I have decided it is.
Decaying things release deadly gas that could be combustible, maybe.
Been distilled into a gas.
It is.
You hear a little canary in Barian's shirt pocket start to chirp now. I'm kidding. He doesn't carry a canary with him, but
you hear some of the birds from the wood. Yeah. It's combustible because I say it is, and you guys are talking bears, so fuck it. Yeah. So
I guess I brought this Molotov for nothing.
Yeah, you guys feel pretty accomplished. Yeah. Does anyone want to roll me maybe like a perception check? So a bear roll. Sorry.
I'll roll one. Why not?
Everybody can if they want, except for you, Fuzzy Wuzzy. You're asleep unless you're waking up.
That's a 3 for me.
The building's getting warm and it makes me want to sleep even more.
Fuck. Okay, so you got a 3 and you got a 2. Casey.
I think I asked this, but I don't remember. So if I had a +1 to prol earlier, is that like gone? Now that I have
did
to
you
re-roll?
did you move the point, or was it just a +1 to the roll?
It was a point moved, I think.
You cannot move your point back.
Okay.
So if you just
choose
have
the other fail.
Unless
Yeah.
I choose. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, let's do this. What am I rolling? Is this prol?
No, it's bear.
There. Oh shit. I got a 3.
Is your bear a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what penalty would you like to take for this?
Oh, no.
You can move one from prol to bear. So you can move one back to bear since you failed your bear roll.
I think I'm gonna take a plus.
You can make it even again though, Casey, if you want.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna make it even again.
Okay. You don't hear anything. You are too focused on the screams of your enemies as the Beargeoisie and the Queen Bee who owned, you say owned, because you're so sure she's dead now, and you did that shit with your fucking fish, and she deserved it, who owned your restaurant group that never gave you the time off. You're so sure she's dead now, and you are relishing in your revolutionary victory. My good friends, Teddy, who rolled lower? Teddy, between Teddy and Barian.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 2.
You rolled a 2.
And mine's just a straight 3, I think.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. I would say, Barian, you hear something kind of in the distance, but you're not sure what it is. Barian, you notice something in the distance. You hear the clip clopping of hooves, maybe, and you hear some yelling, but it doesn't seem to be in bear. It's so weird. You'd think that, you know, you'd be able to understand this because here you are, you're ready to take down the Beargeoisie, but oh no, and they get closer and closer, and you four bears of the proletariat, the takers down of the Beargeoisie's right hand woman, are greeted by a group of 5 armored clad, sword wielding people. There's a guy on a horse. Yeah, you guys see a group of adventurers, and they are so confused about seeing you.
I adjust my.
Is one of the adventures a minotaur? The other one the...
Yes, it's quite possible. There's a furbolg. There seems to be
an Azamar.
And
then whatever Mira is.
And the Hexblood, yeah. Oh, hi, I'm Mira. You seem really... No, I'm joking. Well, am I? Yeah, you see them. Please, James, go ahead. It sounded like you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I was just look. I said he just adjusts his collar a little bit and tugs at it.
You guys hear some vague noises that sound kind of aggressive. None of you can make out what is being said as these adventurers are kind of yelling at you. And you're like, whoa, man, what is happening here? There's a lot of... What'd you say?
Who are they?
Are you asking is that for
I think
yourself?
I'm waking up now and I just see them.
Oh. Do any of you wanna... None of you know. I mean, you all know that this is a group of adventurers, though. You've seen them before on maybe a bear TV show or something. They're this wild thing that humans do. They love to dress up like this and ride animals. So weird. And they love to go out from where they live to Dim, please don't cover your mouth like that, Jordan. I hope you were laughing, or I hope you were yawning and not laughing.
I was yawning.
Thank God. They love to go out from where they live and find things. You don't know. It doesn't make any sense to you. You just kind of want to live your life and get on your bear pewter and get on bear Twitter and talk to your friends. And you just don't know what the hell is going on with these humans. So, yes, James.
I nudge Barian and say, I think I've seen this before. I think it's called LARPing.
Um. Oh my god. Shit. Fuck. Okay. Right. So you, Barry, do you respond to that or?
Uh, I've heard about a similar too. Maybe we try. Have we? Do y'all come in peace? Are you here to help?
I think they want us to play along. Rawr.
You all best get stepping.
Do you- Are you guys attempting to intimidate these adventurers?
I'm still holding Cola up on my shoulders. I
Pretty
think.
intimidating. They can smell that scent of fish, and they see smoke coming out of this like hive area, and they're looking at you guys. You have a gun. You're wearing clothes. One of you has a smaller bear on top. There's like a pitchfork and a hammer. One of the bears is wearing glasses and has a mustache, the smaller one. And they're just kind of like talking amongst themselves. And you see one of the, as you called them, LARPers, unsheath their sword and start like coming towards you. What would you like to do?
I open a page of my thesis and start mumbling some words.
You take your thesis, a stack of papers out, and you start reading them to a human. Please roll me that prol roll. You have a -1 because that's your secret weapon. Holy shit.
I got a 1.
So you got a 0. This human he is coming right for you. He's got this long sword out. He is ready to go, and he sees you. A bear with a white shirt with tree sap on it, and another shirt tied around his waist. Pull a fucking like 500, not a 500, but like a 250 page pamphlet out and start reading it, and all from his perspective, all he hears is roar, 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 roar. And this guy is like, what the fuck? He looks over. You guys can't understand this, but for our
I
audience,
fall asleep.
oh god, our audience can see that this adventurer looks back to his party and is like, these bears are crazy. We came here to help the bears of this city take down their oppressive bourgeoisie, and here these bears are sitting in front of a smoking building reading. It's just one of the guys, just a kind of an edgy looking rogue, just like puts his hands on his hips and is like, bro, like, I just can't deal with this anymore. If these bears don't want our help and they're gonna read books at us, I'm not interested in that shit. Listen, I've got a backstory. I've got things to do, okay? And here we go on this mission to save the bears that you wanted to do. The guy in the full armor just like sheathes his sword and he's like, listen, dude. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Patrick, that you're upset about this and that you're trying to give us some edgy. And they keep going on, and all you guys hear is wah 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 wah. You see the sword get sheathed, and these two guys are going at it, and then you see a druid. Or who you could assume is a druid. All of you guys have kind of seen druids before. They're very prominent as sometimes people who like to kidnap bears and take them as bear companions. And she just kind of comes over. She, lets a hand fly out. And there's these little sparkles, and she seems to cast a spell, perhaps speak with animals. And she looks at you all, and she's like, I'm really sorry about them. Just, Thanks for your help. I don't know. We don't want to hurt you, but we're gonna go. I've never seen a bear read before, and she'll just kind of shrug at you. Do any of you want to say anything to her? Because you can straight up understand her.
Okay. Goodbye, small hairless one.
think
Yeah. Bye. Oh, go ahead, James.
I think the first thing she hears when she casts comprehend animals or whatever she's casting is Teddy say, "I think my confusion spell worked."
She just kind of like blinks a few times and is like, okay. And yeah, by like big hairy ones, she just kind of like shrugs and shakes her head and like,
Had you ever seen a bear before, darling?
haven't you ever seen a human before, sir? I don't know. I've never seen a bear wear clothes. So weird. Good luck with your smoking building. It smells so bad. You might want to get that checked out.
Evil revolution.
Viva la revolution. Yeah, I'm gonna go. You guys hear like increasingly loud wah 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 wah. It seems like these two guys are just like at each other's throats, like just mad about everything. And she goes over, and you can still understand her, but she is speaking, you know, human as you would know it. She's like, "Come on, guys, break it up. They're just some bears." And they're like, Oh, really, Shannon? Really? You're talking to the bears again? And they, the argument kind of continues. You only hear it from Shannon's perspective as they walk off, and it seems like you guys have defeated the queen bee as the building kind of catches on fire and the screams kind of cease. And, you see Cola standing in front of the fire like the Elmo, with his arms up and the
Preaching
fire.
his great thesis
Yes.
that he is encased, surrounded by the flaming hive.
What would you guys like to do?
Cola is like putting Billy the fish back into the cooler and getting all that stuff, and he's like, if this doesn't make them give me better quality ingredients, I don't know what will.
Better ingredients, better bears, Papa Bears.
Papa Bear! And with that,
Well,
no.
We should
And
probably
that's where
head
we end the
back
stream,
to
right there.
Ad.
Just kidding.
We should probably head back to Addie. I want to get home to watch Brother Bear in time.
Unless you guys have anything else you would like to do on your way back, you do make it back to Addie without incident, though. Is there anything you would like to do on your way back?
No.
Yeah, so you make it back to Addie without incident. It is now the wee hours of the morning, and you can see there is these big plumes of smoke just kind of hanging in the air as the sun starts to rise, and there's this deep gray smoke in front of this beautiful pink and purpley kind of sunrise that you see like bleeding over the trees. And you, at this moment, while the sun is rising, you guys step up to Addie's camp, where other bears are asleep. Some are still working, but Addie seems to be waiting very anxiously for you. And when you arrive, she stands from her position in front of the fire, which is slowly waning, and is like, "Well, I didn't think I would see you. How did it go?"
Cola just shakes his head. Or nods his head? Nods his head. Good. That's all he says.
Good. What do you mean by good?
Well, as my grandpappy always... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I want to hear what your grandpappy
Surely.
Well, as
Era
my
said.
grandpappy always said, I think that goose is done being cooked. We
Stick
set
to
the place
fork
on
in her.
fire.
She's done.
Oh, Well, I thought you might capture her. Um,
You didn't say capture.
It was kind of vague.
You know, if you
Vague.
have clear rules, Ada, you need to have them written down or something. Just this map and this vague of like, hey, go dethrone the oppressor. You know, we're gonna dethrone and we're gonna dethrone big. That's how my grandpapa did it. That's how his great grandpapa did it. That's how my great 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 grandmammy did it.
We didn't have a chance to be enticed by the honey at all due to the reeking fish.
well, I can't say I'm not surprised. I will say that I'm secretly not disappointed though. The queen bee has always been a thorn in our side. Um, and now she's gone. I can't. You four are going to be wanted men, but heroes of the proletariat. I think I have another mission. Maybe next time. Maybe we can take down a bigger target. Elon Muskrat is coming back from the moon. If you'd be interested, James shaking his head. If you'd be interested, perhaps we could arrange something. But I do think that Barian, you may be able to provide some residence for our two city bears. I'm not sure if anyone caught wind of you, but it might be good to take a vacation for a little while.
Vacation's always a smart idea, and you know, here in the woods we got lots of cabins you city folk, city bears can find quite lacking to your accommodation. Quite bearable, if you will.
Hmm.
Oh man. But
I have this image in my head that the city bears are literally escaped bears from the zoo.
amazing.
Oh man.
That's
Like just for some reason, that's
fantastic.
what's been in my head lately.
I love it. Thank you. That is amazing. Yes, that's amazing. Um, yeah, and unless you guys have anything else you would like to do or say, that is where we will end this session and this game.
I'll say this. Elon Muskrat has spent his last Dogecoin.
Oh my god, amazing. I will say thank you to Ethan, James, Casey, and Jordan for joining me to play Down with the Beargeoisie. This was an amazing, fun time. I highly suggest that you go and check it out. It's available on a lot of places, but just type in Down with the Beargeoisie and you'll be able to find it, or find us on Twitter. It's in a thread there on Practical Heroes. That's PH_immortals
Yeah,
on
I think
Twitter.
that's it.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see it there. Again, we did this stream for Charity Week that we are running to benefit ExtraLife. If you want to, please feel free to donate down below. We would really appreciate it. We're trying to make $250. That would be so great. But we will be donating whatever we get, obviously. And yeah, we're super excited about that. I have been your bear master, your dungeon master. I'm Steph. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Plain Ethereal. I'm here on Twitch sometimes with Practical Heroes. I will hand it over to Casey if you want to do your little outro.
I'm Casey. You can follow Radio D&D at Radio DD Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We don't really post on TikTok a lot, but when we do, sometimes it's pretty good. James, we post a lot of the maps James makes on Instagram as well as on Twitter, and then as well as some of the homebrew content that James makes for us.
Yep. James, so we'll just bop over to you since Casey just mentioned you.
Yep. I'm James. I'm the DM/Mr. Mayor for our campaign for Radio D&D. And yeah, this was really fun. Thank you for letting me be a player, Stephanie, and you did a
Absolutely.
great job.
Thank you. you. I'm so glad. Ethan, I will let you go next.
All right. I'm Ethan. You can find me at Badger_D&D on Twitter, and of course on Radio D&D. And my premiere episode's coming out in like a week.
Yay!
So find me
We're so
there.
excited. And last but certainly not least, Jord.
All you guys watching this in rerun land now know me. I'm Tomonok on our Practical Heroes flagship campaign, Immortals. I'm a DM here over on the Twitch with Valdoni by Starlight, which will be coming back soon this year. Stay tuned for more details on that. So you can catch our flagship Immortals every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Spotify, Anchor, wherever you like your podcast. And I believe Radio D&D is the first and third, I don't know what day.
First and third Thursday of the month.
First and third Thursday. Also on Spotify and anywhere podcaster played, yeah?
Yep.
Awesome. So stay up to date on all that. You know, big things in the works for Practical Heroes Network with bringing Radio D&D on. It's big things, guys. And this whole week ends. Tune in, obviously, tomorrow for the awesome one-shot that Radio D&D put on. Do we want to give a little hint of what it is?
Yeah, it's Instructor Rage's Vehicle Combat School.
Mario Kart meets D&D.
Kind of, yeah.
So we got that tomorrow. Also reruns of this entire week. And then Saturday is the big final event of Strahd Must Die Tonight, where you'll join myself, you'll join James, Casey, Steph, also Lawrence and Mitch from our flagship campaign, as we try to see if they can take down Strahd von Zerfich of Barovia in a matter of a few hours. Going to be a great time. And remember, as always, may the dice roll in your favor, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.